Hello, happy Monday, fairlease.org.
Fairlease.org. That is how you're going to lease your next vehicle. And if you do that, you won't have to come in on Monday saying, I spent my whole weekend at a dealership.
No, because they don't have a dealership.
There is no dealership. It's just right there online at fairlease.org.
It's in the cloud.
You click request a quote, then that gets the process started. You tell them that the Dumb Zone sent you. They work with the Credit Union of Texas. They are backed by. So there's no bank. They are the bank. They're going to work with you on a lease. They have way more flexibility. They can get you any car you want. They'll deliver it to you. This is great for your business. There's no mileage limitation on leasing. On the commercial side, it's a tax write-off. We've met the people at Fair Lease. They're the dumb zone of car situations here. They're going to make it work for you. They're going to figure it out at Fair Lease.
Fair, flexible, and focused on you. Fair Lease, when you don't know what to do about a car. 'Cause car stuff is hard. But not with Fair Lease. You don't need a dealership, baby.
Hello, friends. Happy Monday. We are back in Dallas, the Game Day Men's Health Studios. GameDay.dumbzone.com. I'm Dan McDowell.
I'm Jake Kim.
I'm Blake Jones. Oh, Clayton was going to jump me.
What a battle going on over the territory that Blake is
Crabs.
unwilling to give up. It's all right, though. Here we are with our brand new Milwaukee Brewers sweatshirts on
It's nice.
because it's freezing. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. And I think this time it's real. The last fire of the season yesterday morning, very chilly.
Well, I think...
And how do I want to watch hockey? With a fire.
It's America.
Yeah. Love America.
I think you should probably just keep predicting that, because if you want fires, they're going to keep happening. You keep being wrong.
I don't think
You're
so.
a climate reactionary.
It'll be literally 80 degrees like tomorrow or the next day.
That is true.
75 tomorrow.
That is true. And it's particularly pain in my ass. Small relative pain, because I can't get a sleeve over my cast situation. I have only one hoodie that our business lawyer, Dustin, once gifted us, and it's too big for me.
The gray hoodie. Yeah,
which is good, because you guys both wear yours a lot. And I would wear mine a lot, too, if it fit. But it doesn't really fit, but it does fit over my hand. I have the same paw situation that I had last week, for anybody wondering.
How's the smell?
I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good at all. I try not to hold it close to my face so as to not remind me.
I can't tell.
Well, yeah.
I haven't been able to smell it.
I have not noticed it.
I'm not as worried this week because we're not as in close of quarters as we were at spring training.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have this till Friday, and I can't get a jacket on it.
What
sucks?
So then Friday you're back to raw dog?
I think there may be some level of like little pad or bandage type, but it won't be anything hard over it at all. I think the worst is behind us.
Yeah. You can start throwing in 2 weeks?
I'm going to start throwing Saturday.
Jeez.
You going to get back out there?
Throwing, yeah. I'm a right-hand. I throw right-handed. Oh, you mean flag?
Yeah.
I really want to.
Mark
No.
Bavaro would.
I really want to.
You can't.
Well, here's the thing. Don't you think when a guy gets divorced, all his buddies are at, I'm never going to get married again, man. Ever. This is the worst pain ever. And then, a couple months.
Well, how does this relate?
Well, I just think when you guys asked me right after it happened, I'm like, absolutely, I'm done. There's no way I'm playing a sport where I could break a bone again. And the further I get away from it, it seems that the biggest problem is surgery. And people just don't want to get surgery. Now,
Those idiots.
the cost is no fun. But I've asked, and I'm pretty sure I can write off the deductible I had to pay.
Oh, yeah?
I'm out in the thousands, but
Write everything off. That's what I've been told.
That's what I've been doing. So that cost does suck. I don't want to go around paying $5,000 every year for a surgery, but this is only the second time I've been hurt in like 13, 14 years.
You've had some scares, though.
And they've been more often.
Yeah.
It is what happens with age.
Yeah.
But you're going to sit in the den, watch the NFL draft, and see all these highlights, and then you'll be back out there.
You think it'll take him till then?
I think so.
Because he's in the old man league now.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
play with the young guys
The
anymore.
young guy league is coming back, though. And I
Plays
was
in
all,
the league where he believes he can be good, and that's why it gets him injured.
That is an exact diagnosis of what has happened here.
Yeah.
But if I go back to the other, playing with the young boys, then I just kind of hold my ground. The
Hey,
problem is,
and you play your
and
game.
I actually think I said to Blake leaving one Friday, I was like, I'm going fucking Ocho Cinco this Sunday. And in my head, that's what I thought. I was like, they're just going to throw the ball up to me, and it's going to be over. And then I left and went straight to
I've been playing with 25-year-olds.
And then now you got to come down.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, I got Game Day Men's Health in my back pocket, though.
That's right. Fueled by Game Day Men's Health.
There's no doubt.
Blake shaved again. It's just very, I don't know.
Was he wasn't mustached last week, though.
I don't know. Just even when Blake shaves beard, it's he is the guy who looks the youngest no matter what.
Yes, but I now view Blake as mustache or no mustache. So
Okay.
last week is the same as this week. And what I mean by that
He
is
doesn't have any authority now. though.
optimal or suboptimal. This is suboptimal.
Yeah, with no mustache, no one's going to listen to him. That's why Clayton's just cucking you and jumping all over you. He doesn't care about what you say now.
I know, but the power behind the mustache is I don't have it all the time. If I had it all the time, it'd just be normal.
That's not how Superman works.
Gotta save it.
You doing the Maystache?
Yeah, I'll be there.
No.
I'm glad Dan
Let
Stubble's
me
coming
clear
back.
this up for you, Dan.
What?
He's going to do the when is women's basketball off stash.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like having a mustache during high school women's basketball season. That
It's
is
probably a good
Am I
idea.
wrong?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but if you want to ask about a month, ask if they play women's basketball. One of their 6 drafts. But like, yeah, what are they going to do? Are they going to You don't think that if they're going to be creeped out by you, they're already creeped out by you?
There are levels. Because they come over for a post-game interview, and if they're talking to a weird guy with a headset and a mustache, it's weird.
I guess I could see it.
So we have an odd show today for a Monday. Generally, we start off with a weekend check. Today, Brandon Aubrey. We've been going back and forth with him, the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. About to get paid. What's his minimum? Is he like going to make at least $6 million next year?
That would be the tender, I believe. I don't know that that's actually how you can say that, though, right?
Oh.
Because they could do an extension.
But he will make
starts at
over
less.
a couple of million.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do fine.
He'll have a 5X raise, I would say, minimum.
Anyway, he'll join us today, and he wants about 11:45, which is like 10 minutes from now or so, 10 or 15 minutes, he says. He's watching his own kid.
Yeah, that's
Called
way
babysitting.
better. Yep, that's babysitting, but
He said Jen won't be home or whatever. She's running late.
also
he's
super
passing the buck.
unnecessary if this was just a situation where Brandon Aubrey was watching someone else's kid.
Yeah, well, that'd be weird. Yeah, I guess it
Little
is. Well,
service.
you know, maybe it's Blake's kid. Maybe Blake went over there for a party and just left his kid.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Aubrey would if Blake called him and was like, "Dude, I have a really tough situation today. Could you watch my kid?" He would do it.
I think he would.
I put that on the question list.
Okay.
To see if he would. But I have I'll give you a short weekend check, and then we'll see if Brandon interrupts us or whatever. And then after Brandon, we can get into the Olympics and the great pride you feel and just all that kind of stuff. I don't know if we'll get to Shoddy today,
Oh man.
but we got a good week lined up of Shoddy. And this weekend, I did actually get in the mail another email from Ownwell. Always forget that Ownwell already has all my information. I signed up last year. In fact, what's the promo code or the our landing page?
/thedumbzone.
Yeah, I signed up last year, and then now I'm just already in. I'm in the system. They're going to check for me. So it was 5 minutes, ownwell.com/thedumbzone. And I know they advertise elsewhere. Why don't you use ours? Why don't you be cool? Why do you got to be a dick about it? Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. Not only property taxes, so they saved me a few $100 last year. Bunch of people would send emails like, oh, I saved $3,000, you know. They will take the lowest amount of any of the companies that do this type of a thing, about 25%. But they also can sign you up for other bills as well. Didn't you do that, little tiny Blake?
Yeah, I'm here in my Ownwell portal, and it says their concierge service has 8+ ways to save you money.
Oh, they have concierge. Yeah. I don't even know what that means.
It's very nice.
Ownwell.com/thedumbzone. That is where it all starts. That's your way to sign up. It takes just a few minutes. Zero downside risk to protesting, and 86% get a reduction at ownwell.com/thedumbzone.
Oh, one thing I did for the first time ever is, so I have YouTube TV, and if you want to subscribe or whatever, so the DVR saves your show, just hit the little plus sign next to the show. And I did it next to the Jimmy Fallon show.
Okay.
Cooper Flagg's on tonight.
Okay.
Apparently. So.
Okay, very confusing.
Yeah, why? Now? It doesnn't seem to make sense, but also Jimmy Fallon, like, having really good ratings doesn't seem to make sense.
And so that's the case?
I don't know. Wasn't he doing better than Kimmel? I don't know. I don't really care or know.
It's not hard.
Jimmy Fallon, not a big fan.
No.
But, you know, let's just see what Cooper Flagg has on there. So I'll watch that so you don't have to tonight, or you can go watch it as well.
Wow. Wow. They say wow.
Wow.
In Q4 of 2025, by average share, Colbert in his walk-off is at a 10.5 share, Kimmel a 9.7, and The Tonight Show featuring Jimmy Fallon a 5.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's DZTV?
Not listed.
Channel 27.
Because they didn't list gay-only listeners, which is where we have a 16.3.
Sweet.
You're saying that as if it would be bad.
No, I'm telling you the pride. Yeah.
Ladies. Even ladies. Going to the grocery store to restock everything because I'm back home now. Saw a guy with a car that looked kind of cool. It was electric. I didn't know what kind it was, and he ends up telling me it's a Porsche. But he told me it's a Porsche.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll let you know.
If you own a Porsche, okay, if you're a Porsche owner, it's a Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that?
Yeah, no, I don't say it that way, but I think around the time that I learned what a Porsche was, whatever car guy, you know, you had car guy in high school, middle school even.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what car my parents have, but I don't know cars. He would tell you, they say Porsche. It's Porsche. But I don't know if that's like a European thing or, you know, like how it's actually pronounced Buenos Aires. But we don't say that.
But just occasionally we'll toss that in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I had a freaky technology situation yesterday. You know that some of your TikToks and Instagram, they frighten and confuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently been unfrozen by a group of your scientists. But one thing I do know, and that's that gameday.dumbzone.com. No. So I'm paying the knockout. We paid the rest of the knockout winners. I told you. So we have this knockout contest where during the fall, during the football season, you got to pick a winner every week. That's all you have to do. It's so easy. Except it's not. So we had hundreds of entries, thousands of dollars to pay out. Oh, let me go to that. I should have the exact number in front of me. It's like we ended up having like $16,000 or $17,000 of winnings.
Side note, this is a major gummy thought, I guess, but does it ever occur to anyone that what makes football so popular is that it is unsolvable, and that in and of itself attracts the most amount of people trying to solve it? Like, the reason football works is because the parity and because of the unpredictable nature of it. They've finally tuned the marketplace to where you have no effing clue what's going to happen. Yet it's the most bet upon sport because people somehow have the most amount of confidence that they're going to be able to unlock the
Because I watch way more football than basketball.
I know.
I'm watching all the time.
There's some sort of like gambler's fallacy or some, but they grow in unison, right? People's confidence to, anyways.
Yeah.
Knockout winners, we had to pay them, and we had to pay them like a real company.
So actually, what was it, 7 or 8 on the winners pool, and then there was like a second chance pool as well. So we had a few winners in that got all the way to the end. They were paid out about $1,000. The winners pool, everybody got like $2,000. So I was wondering, is that, if you are in that, were you upset that we didn't extend it longer into the playoffs? Would you have rather won, maybe 8,000 or the whole 17,000?
But they lost.
And not just 2. Well, no, yeah, I mean, would you have rather had that chance? Or is everybody that won 2,000 pretty happy? I don't know. Because I've been in fantasy leagues before where you get to the final 4, and so the pot's a few $1,000s if you win the whole thing. But then the final 4, they'll email each other and be like, hey, why don't we do let's just do a 4-way split now. And it's like, I don't want to be the guy that says no, but I'm also in this for the juice.
Yeah.
So I'm not the guy that says no, though. Anyway, so computer's open. Jake had given me a document with the winners and their Venmo handles or Zelle. People want either Zelle or Venmo. So on my computer, this is important. I need you to follow this. This is technology that really freaked me out. So my computer is open. And in that document, Jake, to show that I paid them, I wanted to double check everything because I paid some last week and then I had to do a transfer I paid over the weekend. So I would highlight yes. So there's a yellow highlighted word yes sitting on that document. So on my phone, I'm paying a few people from the Venmo. And on my phone, I got 3 people to pay. And then it says subject line, why are you paying them? So I wrote in knockout 2025. Okay. So on my computer, I want to, as I'm checking people off, I will take that highlighted yes, I Control-C it, and I paste it in my computer. Control-V, right? Mm-hmm. So I did a highlight yes, Control-V. So now I'm on my phone, Venmo. I sent them Venmo, but I didn't want to have to type it out again. It's just exhausting. I copied knockout 2025, so the next Venmo I send, I will be able to just paste it there. And on the computer, the next time I confirm, I will just paste my yes. Mm-hmm. Do you follow that?
Yes.
Computer, I Control-C'd yes. On my phone, I Control-C'd knockout 2025. Now I go back to my computer, and I'm like, oh, okay, I paid that guy. Let's paste it. So Control-V'd on my computer, it says knockout 2025. I go, wait, what's going on here? I copied it on my phone, but even went now.
They're connected.
Control-V. How? Why?
Because you're using the same browser.
I want to opt out. It never did it before.
No, it's because you have handoff turned on.
What is that?
You can
Why?
share stuff between your phone and computer.
When?
And
why did you put it in there and they didn't tell me?
Don't you like it when the browser windows do it? I like that. Like, oh, I was reading this on my computer. Now I just open it on my phone. And it's got all my windows right there, although sometimes it doesn't work.
I burned my computer. I took it downstairs. We had the last fire of the season.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is evil magic.
We have Brandon.
Because nowadays, it'll be like, I'll be thinking about Ownwell or whatever, and then I'll like, oh my gosh, it's on there.
They're in your head. They're in your head. It's a tough time to be like a psychopath or like a schizophrenic, I bet.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
Because it's like legitimately happening. Yeah, you talk about...
If they're looking out the window, there's that car that's following.
You and your wife talk about diapers, it's going to show up on our Instagram feed. And I know it doesn't even have to be the audio.
I want to go live in that cabin.
I don't know if that's true. I've been thinking about implants and talking about it in front of her phone.
All right, you say Brandon's ready? Let's do it.
Our man is kicking all them balls with his foot down on the
he knows about computers, right?
Yes.
Kick it off the grass. Community mechanical make old air blue. Baby, buckle up. It's the
Brandon Aubrey Show.
What's the community mechanical CTA?
CommunityDFW.com.
Brandon Aubrey Show.
CommunityDFW.com or 469-667-7290.
All right, ladies, he's here.
Hey guys.
Hi, Brandon.
And ladies.
Brandon Aubrey at the breakfast table, the dinner table. Where are you? Kitchen?
This is the kitchen. This is the bar, right in front of the sink. Got a new mic. It's got an arm stand. So this is the only place in the house where the arm stand actually connects to the little lip on the bar. So this is where we are.
Damn, a new mic and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spending that contract money before you even sign it. Yeah.
I'm just worried about y'all's audio.
Oh, it sounds great.
That's it. He set up a mic for us.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
He's not using Bluetooth in the car.
I love it.
He cares. He cares.
How was the Pro Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Pro Bowl was good. We went to Napa beforehand with both my parents and Jen's parents, which was a lot of fun. Toured a couple wineries, then made our way over to San Fran for the Pro Bowl. And I was there for way too long, stayed there through the Pro Bowl, through the Super Bowl, left Sunday morning right before the game started. But it was fun. This year, my competitions meant nothing. There were no points associated with the game. So a little disappointed there, but just meant it was a true vacation for me.
Are you wine guy at all?
I'm not a wine guy, but I'm not going to turn down a good glass of wine. So I'll drink pretty much anything. And my father-in-law and my mom, I guess my mother-in-law too, all really like wine. So it was a fun trip, and it's gorgeous out there. It was perfect weather, really cool scenery, very quiet. Felt like a nice vacation.
Now, are you trying to fit in and like spin the wine in the bottle, smell it, do that whole bit?
Well, they were guiding us through exactly what to do. So I just I like follow simple instructions. So that's what I did. I followed the instructions.
You said there was nothing that counted at the Pro Bowl, but I saw you do some kind of golf simulator thing where you killed it.
Yeah, they had a long drive competition for us. My typical drive is about 260 to 275 when I'm swinging nice and easy. But the punter went before me for the AFC, hit it 322 yards. So I knew I needed to just swing as hard as I could. Yeah, so I swung as hard as I could and got 336, made perfect contact somehow. That's pure luck. If I swung that hard 100 times, that's by far and away the best result.
And this
usually
is
that's going to be.
That was with the right club, right?
Yeah, that was at the correct club. They did. I know what you're referring to. They did hand me a left-handed club and say, "Go ahead," because both Cameron Dicker and Jordan Stout are left-handed. So they went first, and they used the left-handed club, and then they just kind of handed it to me. I wasn't really thinking about it. So worried about my setup when I got there, because I, wanted to change a few things to increase my chance of really hitting a home run drive. So I was really worried about my setup. Looking down at the club, like, that doesn't look right. It doesn't feel quite right. But, it's a rental. Maybe it's just a weird club. So I swung, and it was left-handed club. Made good contact somehow. It still went like 150, but destroyed the club. Big old dent in the back of it.
Do they have? Because watching you on that golf simulator, I'm just amazed. It's cool looking. I love being on it. Do they have a field goal kicking simulator?
Ooh,
I'm sure somebody does. I've not seen one yet, but it can't be any different from a golf simulator. It's probably an easier task because the ball's bigger, camera pick it up a little bit easier. And it's just kick it X number of yards through the uprights. Pretty simple solution or problem there, I think. So somebody's probably got it. I don't know if the use case is nearly as big as for a golf simulator, because just about everyone golfs, and it's a niche thing to kick field goals.
It is now, but once the kids get a load of Brandon Aubrey, and
Right. We get the tour.
Yeah.
Courses everywhere. It would be really funny.
Yeah, it's windy. Yeah, it's snowy. Put the conditions different.
It'd be funny if a buddy of yours was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just doing I work on a field goal kicking simulator." Like I wanted to get a jugs machine well into my 30s. I just thought, maybe that's because I grew up without a dad around to throw me the ball. I just thought, feed the jugs.
How was your throwing project coming along?
A little hiccup. I broke my wrist, my non-throwing wrist and forearm at flag football last week. I had surgery.
Uh-oh.
I got screws in a plate last week or 2 weeks ago.
Dang.
But
what happened? Just fell on it?
Yeah, just I'll tell you what happened is I started playing with a group of guys my age, and I started thinking I could actually make plays. And I went up to defend a ball, and then you have to land. And I landed with my wrist backwards, and it just shattered. But
Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. Yes, I did. The PBU was
worth it.
Was there? The pass was not completed, but I think I can keep messing with it. The truth is, it's hard, dude. I don't know. It's really hard. It's an interesting. I want to write a long article about it at some point. I think of it almost like if I were old and messing with tools or something, or trying to fix I'm trying to figure out emotion in my body that is foreign to me, and it's
understandable.
I look at the film and it's hard. It's you don't understand how important it is to teach your kids how to do basic stuff when they're kids, because it's very hard to unlearn it later. And you're kind of
true.
I don't know. You cut the other direction on that because midlife you learned a new way to kick and it worked out great. So most of us are not you, though.
I'm still young at that point. I was 24. So, and to be fair, it's striking a ball. It's like, if you went from throwing a football to throwing a baseball, you'd have been able to figure it out much quicker.
Yeah, that's true.
So did you do the Radio Row thing at Super Bowl again? Did you get any cash?
I did Radio Row this time, a lot lighter dose. I was only there for an hour, which is nice. Got in and out. Actually got to go around with Tim Howard, which is really cool. He was somebody I grew up watching and absolutely enjoyed his company. He's fantastic. He's a commentator now, so he's really, really good at socializing. So it was pretty good. He led and I just followed, and it was a good experience.
Olympics, you into that?
Oh, I've been watching all of the curling, the women's curling. I missed the bronze medal match. Tried to record it, but it didn't work. So not sure how it ended, but I watched just about 8 women's curling matches. Watched one men's curling match, but they got smoked and they didn't look very competent. So I went on to the women's and stuck with the women's. I don't know if that's a fair. I only watched one game of the men's curling, so they probably had their good games as well, but the one I watched wasn't very good.
So of all things, the Olympics are on for 2 weeks, and I watch all the women's curling. Yeah,
it was exciting.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just something new that's way out of my realm of expertise. It looks a little silly at first, but then you get into it, and the rules are different than what I expected them to be. You'd assume you get 3 points for hitting the bullseye, 2 for on the little ring, and then 1 for the outer ring. But no, it's the number of stones you have closest to the center that are closer than the other team. So if you have 5 on there, but they're all on the edges and they have 1 right in the middle, then they get the 1 point.
That does sound exciting.
Yeah, a lot more strategic than just throwing darts.
Oh, speaking of that, do you know that I don't know, we've never really talked baseball, but we were just out at a spring training site. You know that they have an automatic balls and strikes situation this year where the player can challenge it. So the pitcher or the catcher can challenge, really any player can challenge the call and go look at the computer. So there's a debate over the gamesmanship of it. If some guys are going to be too hot with it, some guys are, you can't trust them. You can only be wrong twice in a game, so you have to be judicious with them. There's nothing really like that in soccer, right? It's just the VAR thing that everybody gets upset about.
Yeah, there's no real coach's challenge in soccer. You can just stand there and scream at the refs over and over, work them that way. Be a little coy or nice to them, whatever your strategy is. Most coaches I was a part of until college were the scream their ears off and hopefully scare them into giving you a call, but that doesn't seem to work too well. Yeah, soccer is just it's beautiful in the way you just let the players go out there and play for 45 minutes and then make your adjustments at halftime and then go again. So that's the nice part about soccer. Wish you could get rid of all of the time management stuff where guys are flopping, faking injuries, and that's a different story. But I'm not too familiar with baseball rules. Sounds like a good change. I know umps can miss a call here and there, just like every other human. So anything that gets you closer to being correct and adds another element of strategy on top is fun to watch. Gives you more to talk about.
Indeed.
I'm sorry to do this. I want to go back to Radio Row now. So now when they're taking you around, is it a weird thing to tell the origin story over and over? The origin of, my wife was watching a game and...
Yeah, it can be. It's nice for me because it's pretty easy. I've got it down to where I can tell it in like 40 seconds pretty efficiently without missing too many major details. So it's easy for me. It gives me a talking point where, it eats in, like you said, we only have like 5-minute segments on those Radio Row shows. So if I knock out 40 seconds to a minute talking about that I know like the back of my hand, that's less places for me to trip up on difficult questions. So I enjoy telling my story over and over again.
There's no way you remember any of those guys' names, do you? I always love radio names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just more worried about the message I was trying to get across.
Stinky and Jackhammer or whatever. It's
Yeah.
All right, Jackhammer here. We got Brandon Aubrey, BA.
Steve-O and Rock.
Yeah.
Speaking of the media that we find a little bit annoying, is it weird to have people debating how much money you're going to make for the first time? Like I had to write a Javante article last week. I don't know. They ask you to write it. It's like, I'm a huge Cowboy fan. I like when people get paid. I like talking to the guy, but you have your opinion. And then it feels like I feel like a hater, and I like that people are writing about it just feels weird because we know you. This is the first time you've really been through it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's par for course with just being a Cowboy. People are talking about performance all the time, and it just boils down to a performance conversation again. People are like, well, he performed this well, so he should be paid this much. Everyone has their opinions. The two that matter, we'll talk it out and get something sorted out. So it's all noise. It's fun speculation. I enjoy listening to it when I was a fan. So I get it. It's something that it's a very calm time of year. There's nothing really going on. Got the combine coming up this weekend, and that should, pick things back up for football storylines as far as those go. So, there's nothing really to talk about right now. So they got to find something, and, contracts are the low hanging fruit.
Well, so your agent, it's all in his hands, right? Obviously you talk to him, his, her, I don't know, them.
His.
Okay. What are you understand? Like, what's the process right now? Where is it, and how will this lead to you actually signing a deal?
Yeah, the process is something that I don't think is really mapped out. It's just kind of whenever two parties feel like talking on a certain point, then they talk about it. I am trying to remove myself from this as much as possible because, it's not my job, not my realm to, negotiate multi-million-dollar contracts with a billion-dollar corporation. So I hired someone whose job description is just that, and I'll let him work on it. Right now, we're just kind of putting together our game plan, and then we'll see where it goes. I think combine time is typically where those two parties, agents and front offices, start meeting. Free agency comes up soon. The league year ends March 11th. That's the deadline for the tender, which is what the Cowboys have talked about. So that's what we're expecting. Doesn't mean the contract won't happen after that. So we'll see where it goes.
So what's the tender mean?
The tender, the team that
they have to like you're a restricted free agent, right?
Yeah. So the way it works, they can offer you a tender sheet, which is associated with the draft round, first round, second round, or the round you were drafted. Since I was not drafted, it would be an undrafted. There's no draft pick associated with it. It just basically makes me a free agent at that point. But you sign that, it's got a specific amount of dollars that was pre-negotiated by the CBA associated with it. So if they do first round, it's a lot of money. If they do a second round, it's slightly less money. If they do undrafted, it's not a lot of money.
The Players Association handles it based on your position. Like if they say I'm
based on position, I think it's just based on the draft round. I don't think position comes into effect on this one, like the franchise tag.
Oh, okay. So like if they attach a first round pick with this offer, let's just these aren't the number, like $5 million and a first round pick. We're offering you $5 million a year and a first round pick. So some other team could say.
At that point, you have like a month or couple weeks to negotiate with other teams, and they can write up a contract however they like it and then submit it. If you sign it at that point, then it gets submitted to the league office. The league office notifies the Cowboys. Cowboys can then either take the draft pick from the team that's offering the contract or say, no, we want the contract, and the contract will be exactly the way it's written, but the Cowboys will inherit it and not take that draft pick.
Okay, so they can. It's a minimum of amount of money, and then the other team can be like, actually, I think he's worth $10 million a year. So they sign you for that, and the Cowboys could say, take him, but we take your draft pick.
Basically, it's basically not going to happen.
Yeah,
like they'll place a tender.
But I'm saying at least it gives you peace of mind that I'm going to make a certain amount of money. That, like already, you are guaranteed to make a certain amount of money this year.
Yeah, that's the thing. The issue with the tender is it's not guaranteed. It's just like you get your prorated salary per week, but if I got cut week 5, then they don't owe me anything if they do the tender.
Ooh.
Where the franchise tag is fully guaranteed.
Sure.
The amount is that when you sign it, you're getting it.
Oh, do you know the franchise number for kickers? I don't think they're going to do it.
No, franchise deadline is March 3rd, so that's a little quicker. And
that would be.
I don't know what it is for kickers
year.
Off the top of my head.
Like if things went very poorly, that would be something we might find out next year. But in any case,
if they went poorly, they're not going to.
Well, no, I just mean I think he probably wants to get something done where we're not doing this at all.
You want a multi-year deal. That would be the best case.
I mean, everyone wants long-term stability, but you're not going to sacrifice a lot of things to get it done.
Would you take a 1-year, $40 million deal over long years security?
Yes.
Yeah,
why wouldn't Micah?
He's a math guy, though.
The hell.
Oh yeah, and I do have more on this, but how is it to catch up with your once pal?
Oh yeah, you were with Micah.
Yeah, and I know you guys talked like when Green Bay came back and everything. You guys were both captains for that game, right?
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy talking to Micah. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of passion. So it's always good to catch up with him. Sounds like he enjoys being in Green Bay, which was awesome for him. Happy for him. He got what he wanted. He got a successful season, obviously making the Pro Bowl. So hopefully he continues to perform well, and hopefully we can use the draft picks we got and make our team better as well.
Dan and I find we love him, obviously, but we found that he makes an uncommon and almost uncomfortable amount of eye contact. He really locked in on Dan hard, trying to figure him out. That was that was an interesting back and forth. No, my thought was going to be Blake's a big fan of the show Impractical Jokers. Dan and I maybe not so much, but I don't know if you're familiar with the concept. I feel like you should get to listen in when your agent is at meetings and give your agent like lines. Like when he's with Steven. Well, don't you want to know? I used to have an agent, right? Dan did too.
Mm-hmm.
And I trusted him, but sometimes it's like I wish I was in the room. I want to know, how did they actually, what was his face like when he said that?
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be in the room, I would imagine.
And I guess that's the flip side, when they're just trashing you.
Because their job is to pick you apart.
Right.
Yeah,
what about
50-yard field goals, but what about he didn't make that 63-yarder?
Yeah, that would, it's just, the secondhand info. I'd like to have a little earpiece.
Like they always say, the arbitration stuff in baseball is like
Brutal.
really nasty.
Yeah.
And players that actually do get involved, like walk out of it scarred.
That's
because they're just trying to rip you apart to say, yet their low end is still 18 million or whatever. So
it helps, but everybody's got pride.
Yeah.
I'd in the category of not wanting to be in the room. But you know, if you have to get it done, then go in there and get it done.
Did you get a new haircut?
I actually got my haircut today. Yeah, I'm going to see some family I haven't seen in a while. Colton's godparents, so me and Colton got a haircut today.
Where were we on the godparent idea? Like the list down? Would we have gotten anywhere on there? Top 100?
As a unit, all three of us as one person, we could be fine.
Like you have to have like a document. Like if you you and the lady die, who takes them over? You know, ours was the state. We just put the state on there.
The state.
Yeah.
Y'all are pretty busy with your own kids right now, so maybe not too high on the list, but not off the list.
So what's the kid got? What's he got going on right now? What's day to day like?
Yeah, how old is he?
He is a year and a half right now.
How'd the haircut go?
What do you mean?
You know,
Well, that's not dude. 1.5-year-old boy is a.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. How do you keep him in the seat?
He sits on my lap. We play videos. The only time he gets a phone is when we're either cutting his nails or his hair.
Yeah.
Play videos of himself playing in his playpen, and it calms him down. Then the guy just kind of is
videos of himself.
Harper's awesome. Yeah,
he's narcissistic.
It works. You'd rather him do that than be watching some other dumb family.
No, I told you a lot.
Dan just recently discovered that there are families on YouTube that have like 80 million followers, and it's just a family. It's just 10 people broadcasting their entire life.
They're eating dinner.
Yeah, it's 26 million views.
That's awkward.
It's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
They all have sponsor deals and anyways, Dan.
Do you have rules of like what he can't watch? Like I won't allow Peppa Pig.
Well, he doesn't watch anything. The only screen time he gets is when we're cutting nails and hairs, and it's literally videos of himself from our camera roll.
Okay.
He watches football and golf.
I was going to say, it wouldn't kill him to
Olympics with us.
I saw a clip on your Instagram of all your 60 plus hits from last year. You can just run that on a loop during the haircut.
Yeah.
Well, tell him why you don't let your kid watch Peppa Pig.
A buddy of mine
British
let his
accent?
daughters watch Peppa Pig, and they came home with British accents, and I'm just not going to have that under my roof.
Yeah, that happened to my niece as well.
Yeah.
It's poison.
She's over that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We fought too hard.
All right, we're still on the on Colton's, and your wife is pregnant, right?
Yep.
Super
About
pregnant?
22 weeks in. Yeah. Not super pregnant, but 22 weeks. It's a little past halfway.
Plenty clear of camp though.
Yep. Won't be training camp this time. Did it right. We'll get like 3 weeks in and then training camps. It's tough. There's not really a great time.
That's about when you want to leave anyway.
This is the Schottenheimer influence on Brandon. He said, I want you to have intentionality.
Yeah.
And with intention, he put a baby in his wife and said, this baby will be out before training camp because I can't miss. You know how it is. You miss one day.
Yep.
That might be it.
Last.
Yeah, technically this baby was put in there before Shotty was hired, I think, right?
Maybe it was a Shotty celebration, right? It was like, oh, man, I had dinner with Shotty, and I'm so fired up now. I need to
get intentional.
I can't keep my time straight anymore. That doesn't add up.
No, it doesn't.
We've been doing this bit, though.
I was going to say, I think like apes have a 3-year gestation period or something.
Yeah. One of our listeners, though, started us on this bit where we'll do what was it?
9 months out.
9 months
prior.
Birthday minus 9 months to try and see were your parents celebrating something. I think Jake's was Ronald Reagan was elected.
Correct.
Is that
9
true?
months to the day after, and my mom was a big Ronald Reagan fan. I hung signs and stuff.
And she's like, "Awesome, he won. Let's go."
Now I feel great about the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now America will be safe enough to raise a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have
This is very popular around wars and things like that.
So yeah, with the new kid, boy or a girl? Do we know?
Boy.
Heck yeah.
What do you mean? Heck yeah! You just hate girls? You're a misogynist.
I think boys are easy.
Oh, no. Well, I'm at the early part, but the early part of girls compared to boys is not even. I was not.
I'm saying in the long. I think if you take the first 18 years as a whole, a boy is easier.
Maybe. Who knows?
You got a wild man? It's Colton Wild?
Yeah. Oh my God. He has so much energy. He never stops moving. He runs everywhere. It's fun, but exhausting. Yeah. Thankfully, there's two of us because get a little break here and there.
So you wouldn't have us as your godparents, but we were wondering before you came on, like, would you, if it was a big emergency and Blake said he had to drop his kid off at your house for a couple hours. Now, publicly, you're probably going to, like, I just would think you'd be a guy that'd be like, yeah, bring him on.
As long as he leaves Angela at home, we're good.
That'd be a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a bit much.
Can you watch Brooks? But I got Angela with me too.
That's why you need to watch
Can
Brooks.
I drop Angelo off for just a half hour
He just
or
wants
so?
her food.
Well, it's great to catch up with you. Once upon a time, do you know who Gordon Jago is? He's the founder of the Dallas Cup.
No, but he puts on a fantastic tournament.
Yeah, okay, so you know him. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, you just see the Dallas Cup.
I know the tournament.
So he
I
played in the
it.
Premier League back in like the 60s. He was a manager forever ago. He's an English legend, and he once helped Dan coach his youth soccer team.
Wow.
Because he lives in the area. So if in the off
Did y'all
season,
win?
it's about what they learned.
It was, it's really,
You know how it is.
what's
that's
Witten's thing? It's the process, the man in the arena. It's not
Man in the arena. Oh,
it's not the winning or right. It's
sure.
the journey.
The journey.
Right.
So if you want to stop by a Grapevine Southlake soccer practice at any point over the next like 4 months,
Oh,
you
you're
just
the
let me
coach?
know. We start back up Saturday
Jake's the head coach.
of girls
Where
soccer.
do y'all practice?
We
Bob
practice at Bob Jones in Southlake. We play in Colleyville. Whatever. You know,
Yeah.
if you want
He's saying contact him if you actually want to do this.
Yeah.
Which you don't.
I'd probably more likely to come to a game and just let Colton run around and watch.
you
'cause
could. You'll get to see
we're
me
looking like
in action.
Blake for just ways to kill time.
Yes. See?
Yeah, we went to our friend's 7-year-old football game.
Nice.
It was an indoor football field in Southlake. Where would it go? But that was fun.
That is good because then the kid,
Where-
sees
See, this is fun.
sports,
Yeah. Yes.
fun, and
they're very
And there are
observational.
other kids.
Get
in
Blake
the,
to
there are
set you
other
up on the
kids.
birthday circuit.
Yeah, you can come to birthday parties with me if you want.
Did you see any parents get heated at football? I have buddies whose
No.
for 7-year-olds.
Not this one.
oh, dude, if it's football, it's a chance. It's a chance that dads are fired up.
Last thing for me,
This one wasn't particularly close, so not a lot of heat there.
Good.
that's a long flight to Brazil, my man.
Is it?
Blake's mad. He doesn't want to go to Brazil with Steve Berline.
Oh. Wow. Well, I'm excited. It's a big
You
soccer,
should be.
a big soccer place, a mecca of stadiums for soccer players. Wish I was playing a soccer game there, but I'll take a football one.
And
They probably love kickers as much as any other position in football. So hopefully get a chance to make a few new fans, maybe kick a long one there.
Don't they kill you if you get an own goal or something?
Oh, yeah. Rare occasions.
Or bad ref calls, like in Brazil, right?
now to be
Am I
fair,
wrong?
no, I think it was
Or is
like
it Colombia?
Colombia.
All
Yeah.
right.
But
That was Colombia,
to
but-
be fair, if we had a
Same
huge
place.
game and they snapped the ball to Brian, and as a Cowboy fan, Brandon turned around and kicked the ball through our own uprights, I would be on board with trying to hunt him down.
No,
Is that actually 3 points for the other team? Like, how does that work?
It's a great question.
no way.
I mean, you can return
Would they kick off
you
to
can
us
return the
after that?
2. Wow. A lot of questions.
If they kick off to us after that, that might actually be something you do.
Take the 3.
Hey, you never
He's having
know.
a run up to the line and run back and kick it. All right, let's go to Gene. All right, thank you, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you, man.
Bye.
New mic and all.
There he is. Yeah, the great Brandon Aubrey, brought to us by Community Mechanical. He's an actual customer of Community Mechanical at communitydfw.com. He once texted Travis at 469-667-7290, and he said, "You up?" And he was, and he helped him out getting their system fixed up. So Community Mechanical, our HVAC company. Also, today's program brought to us by Trident. Trident garage doors.
Garage doors, gates, all things access.
Oh, that's right.
TXTrident.com. It's a veteran-owned company, first responder-owned company. They've been working with a lot of Dumb Zone listeners, all of which get 10% off. And right now, it's not the fall tune-up special, Dan.
No. He sent us an email recently, didn't he? Calling us something different.
He did.
And we're not prepared for that, are we?
We're not. But
Okay.
it's TXTrident.com, 817-512-1212. I do know this. They have a service where they can come out and just sort of give things the once-over. Because as little as you know about HVAC and, I don't know, roofing, you probably know even less about your garage door. So if you got an old one, if you're remodeling, if you just need to make sure that everything's working right.
Oh, adjustment, repair, replacement. Weather and temperature affects the components of a garage door assembly. The drastic shifts here in North Texas can weaken various parts. Now that the temperatures are warming back up and you're not going to start fires anymore, this is the perfect time to service your garage door. They have there's 365 days in a year.
Uh-huh.
And they've said, this little window you're in now, perfect!
This is it.
This is it, like the optimal conditions, everything.
Right.
It's like
it's like your wife coming to you and saying, "Put it in now."
Well, I was going to go with like the eclipse of
the pregnancy
garage.
thing, you plan
okay,
that out.
yeah.
Get your garage pregnant.
My temperature's right.
That's right. The moon. Oh, TXTrident.com, 817-512-1212.
Want to do some more weekend check? Oh, are we going to do some sports? Oh, you want sports?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's do sports.
From the wonderful world of sports.
We can go to the weekend check later.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
My technology is scaring me.
Yeah, I thought
You can turn that off.
Can I be honest with you? Because this is kind of denying your bit here. I thought that was going to be much worse when you were. I thought you were going to say like it actually checked the box for you or something. Because I feel like sometimes stuff like that happens to me.
The Control-C thing, though, is weird. I understand the website. I'm looking at a website here, but I hit copy on my phone.
I would have thought it was weird because it was
copy.
against two different apps. That part I think is weird.
Right, it's in Venmo, and this one was in
and
Google
Chrome
Docs.
Makes sense. That would have been weird to me, but not like in the same way that talking about, hey, have you ever thought about going to Taiwan? And then I, by the way, don't know how to make sense of all that. For a long time, I was firmly on team. They don't need your audio. There's everything else that you're producing, trails of data. They don't need your audio. They don't need to be listening.
Oh.
But even I don't know anymore. Like now I'm like, and you read all these books, like the Fort Bragg book we read where they're just like openly telling you like, yeah, if the NSA wanted to look through your computer or your TV at any time, they could. So maybe that's why I just keep seeing dildo ads on my Instagram. Like
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, sports.
So Javonte is coming home.
Yeah, he is.
You wrote that article about him the other day. What is interesting to me, because it does seem like a good deal as far as $8 million a year for a good running back. That's not a lot.
No,
but
it's just do you want to be a team that has to pay anything for a good running back? I mean, he made $3 million last year, which made him very valuable. If you pay guys to like the best running backs in the league last year, if you use, there's a tool that it's intuitive, so it's I don't want to make it sound too complicated, but in baseball we have like wins above replacement, right? You get maybe this guy's a 2 win above replacement player. It's about average. And then you'll say, well, that guy's worth a win. We've decided in this economy is worth like $5 or $6 million a year. So that guy should make 10 or 12 million. See what I'm saying? There's a price per, and the way that you get good is to always be getting surplus value there. So even if you pay a guy like Ohtani $50 million, if he produces $120 million in wins, you're the best running backs in the league produced about $10 million last year on value. And Javonte was one of those. And the number on this website I use put him at about 9. And if you watched him play last year, I think you would say this guy was one of the better running backs in the league. It all checks out. Number 1 was Bijan, by the way. So, like, it is what you think it is. And his was like 12, 11 and a half. It's just not a position that generates a lot of value. So if you can get a guy who can produce at a $7, $8, $9 million value for 3 or close to free in the draft, it's definitely better.
So you would say he was like a $9 million value?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, for example, Osa, when Osa was making $2 to $3 million a year, right? He was a 3rd-round pick, I want to say.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Before they paid him, I wrote this same article about him, and he was producing at an insane level for a defensive tackle of like $13, $14, $15 million a year. But to keep him, they had to pay him 21. And at some positions, you just have to do that. Quarterback is sometimes one of them, but there's just some positions where if you want to keep the guy, you're going to have to pay him, and you just do it knowing this guy will never, quote, truly be worth that, but it's part of building a team. At running back, though, it is one of those positions where we've kind of decided we can change him in and out, and it doesn't really affect continuity that much. So my opinion I would prefer to save money where I could and try to get another running back that doesn't cost you anything more than $2 to $3, $4 million. Now, the flip side of that is it ain't that much money. You know what I mean? When we're talking about paying a guy 3, 3.5, or 8 or 9, when the cap is skyrocketing the way it is, it's not that much. But it does all add up.
But if you were to grade positions where guys could overachieve and hit that market, it would be running back.
But he did it, though. They did it. That's what I'm saying. Now you're paying him $8 million a year. My guess is he will not produce ever more than he did last year. But even if he did it again, you're paying him for that now. You're now paying him like a good running back. So
yeah, I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you want to get a left tackle or a quarterback, I mean, you're going to have to spend high draft capital. If you get somebody you voted for in the Doak Walker Award in the 3rd or 4th round, their odds of being Javonte Williams last year are significantly better than other positions. Been high draft.
What just happened?
I don't think that was me.
Okay.
No, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess what I'm wondering, because it does seem like they got this done real early for the Cowboys, for sure. And the Cowboys don't ever seem to really know the market. So I wonder, are there going to be other free agents? You know, is Breece Hall going to get an $8 million a year deal this year?
Yeah.
And so, like, did they get in too early like they did when they traded Amari Cooper, got a 4th for him, and then all of a sudden found out, hey, wait, wide receivers of his category are getting much more than that. And they were. Same thing with when they signed Zeke, or when they declined to get involved with Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley when they were free. Because those guys certainly were, Saquon for sure, they're a way level above Javonte,
yeah,
for sure. And so you get one of those guys, they're worth a little bit more, and you can expect them to be worth a little bit more. That's my concern. It's not a great concern.
Yeah, you're right. There's no level to this where he's gonna. I mean, a good test case for this is what you think of Kenneth Walker, because, I mean, we saw in the Super Bowl and really down the stretch, that guy has a level of, like, you could throw the whole thing at him for a few games if you had to. I'm not really sure you're ever going to do that with Javonte. I think they need another running back badly.
Is Kenneth Walker free?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's projected. I mean, I don't know. I use a bunch of different websites. Yeah, it's like 9 to 10. But Javonte, PFF had it projected at 3 and 7 and 0.6, so it's about what it was. But there are other guys. You want to find the next guy. Najee Harris. J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I
saw free.
J.K. Dobbins, but
Brian Robinson. Isaiah
a lot of injury concerns with J.K. Dobbins for sure.
Listen, we're not in the.
But Javonte,
we're shopping in the discarded toy bin. That's what this is. That's how you got Javonte. Javonte was 2 years clear of that injury when they signed him. A lot of people had given up.
I just wonder what he would have gotten on the open market.
This year?
Yeah.
Well,
More?
I don't know. I think Rico will be an interesting case because they kind of had like the same year almost.
Could have brought
And one of them in another.
Bring Rico home.
our Rico.
Too late now. Bring back our Rico. I mean, it's cool because I think Javante's a fun player to watch, and you really grew to love him over the year. But I could do without my teams ever signing, running back contracts with multi-years and guarantees.
Yeah, what was your first reaction to reading that? It had to just be,
Well, I had just written the article, so my thought was I wish they would have done that. They've been
Okay,
on
there's your answer.
a lot of heaters.
Your snap decision answer.
But I was also still in the just the distraught state that I was sent into by the losing Logan Wilson, the release of one half of Wilson Family Playbook.
See, there's another thing that happened during the year, and it was like, oh, no, this is good. Yeah, isn't it weird that a really bad defense is relegating this guy to the bench? And, no, you just don't understand the dynamics of it. He's actually really good. It's just that it's the stupid Bengals who are just trying to pay somebody less and blah, blah, blah. Like, the Bengals had, as much hope at the playoffs last year as the Cowboys, right? They were trying to push for the playoffs.
Very
it wasn't like
quick
they were
encapsulation. The idea was once they lost Burrow, they sucked, and they were more interested in development than they were in any players that actually could play. So they wanted to get him out of there. They were doing him a solid. Then it's on the Cowboys at that point to try to sell it as, hey, this guy's a leader.
and he couldn't get on the field.
They forgot to play him for a game.
Which means he's not good.
Right.
You don't forget to play a player who can have any kind of an
historically bad defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what's the podcast called?
Wasn't it Wilson Family Playbook?
Yeah.
Wilson Family.
I checked. No recent episodes.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Are they?
You'll know.
She'll tell you.
I'm subscribed.
Oh, okay.
Olympic stuff.
Let's make this brought to us by One Day Doors and Closets. Since sports started with Trident, like there's a big door, right? Your garage door.
Uh-huh.
Now you go in the house.
Yeah.
And we can help you deal with the interior doors with One Day Doors and Closets. Can come in, replace all of the interior doors in what amount of time?
One day.
One day. That's why the website is onedaytexas.com/promo30. That's how you'll get a deal where you buy a door, you get 2 doors. I haven't checked out, this math, but I bet if you buy 4, they're going to give you 8. You're going to save 30 to 50% compared to big box stores or handyman. This is not like a huge construction site situation where your house is a wreck for weeks. It is one day. They're going to get all this done. It's custom cut doors to fit those frames. Maybe you live in kind of a funky house that has it's not all level everywhere. You can't just go buy a door at a big box store. That is where One Day Doors and Closets comes in with custom doors of any kind, hinge, bifold, sliding, all of it available to you with One Day Doors and Closets.
Well, you know a lot about doors.
Hit up Josiah.
Hinge. Bifold.
I think he said hinge.
Hinge. They have a hinge door?
Yeah. Bifold. onedaytexas.com/promo30. Hit them up. I watched some hockey. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched a ton of it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm a bad fan. I didn't watch, but I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, it seems cool. I got way more interested in the women's side.
That was sick.
Yeah, they won in overtime as well. But I got way more interested in that because I started seeing rumors online that 2 of the best players, one for U.S. and one for Canada, were dating and had recently broken up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was being called the female heated rivalry.
Wow, okay. Yeah, my wife's been really on me to watch Heated Rivalry. Because apparently there's a similar situation where like it's a Russian player and an American player who are pleasuring each other. And then they got to play, and that's the old story, the oldest story in the book.
I don't actually know if it's true, but it's Caroline Harvey from the U.S. and Daryl Watts from Canada, and
right.
there's a lot of
Daryl?
Daryl Hannah. There's a couple of female Daryls out there, right?
Yeah.
People are, digging through their social medias, and they're
No, I'm
also,
just
again, they're
looking
like
at
the
stuff.
two leading scorers in the tournament. And the women's division has always had. It's probably because it's more even, because obviously the U.S. men haven't won a gold since Miracle, and they haven't beaten Canada consistently in big games. But the women's side is more even. Do you remember, they fought first? The U.S. team and Canada fought at Four Nations. Was it last year? Everybody freaked out about that. Do you remember that lady fight between the U.S. and Canada in 2013?
No.
The full line 5-on-5. There's a couple of oral histories of their rivalry, way more heated than the men's side.
Oh.
Way more. They hate each other. Also, they didn't have a pro league where they got to know each other. They didn't even really start playing college hockey. I guess NCAA perhaps until, 20, 25 years ago. So for most of the time that the U.S. women's team played the the women's Canadian team, they genuinely hated each other. They had no co-fraternization. They had no, we both play on Phoenix together.
Look at you and all this women's hockey knowledge.
Yeah, and the U.S. team has a lady from Coppell who I just, through reading a couple quick articles about her, it sounds like had to figure shit out because she played women's hockey in Coppell in the 10 years ago, and it's there's no one recruiting. There was nowhere for me to be seen. I just had to grind out emails and making my own tapes. And
Who's she? What's her name?
Is it Hannah Bilke?
Book her, Blake. Why are you ignoring her?
Hannah Bilka? She seems to have a very interesting story. She worked for the statistician for the college hockey team just to try to hang around the game while she was trying to get herself picked up. She had a badass tournament.
So I had this was my experience yesterday. So I have the fire going. I'm watching the gold medal game, the men.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that game, I started watching the documentary. It's on Netflix. It's called Miracle, The Boys of 80. And I've seen documentaries before. You've seen the Disney movie. But then there's another documentary that had come out about, I don't know, around the time of the Disney movie, just before that. So it's 10 or 15 years ago, which is fantastic. Just based on memory, I think that one previously was a little bit better. This one was certainly different because all the guys are now 15 years older, and they have all the guys, from the team there, and we now have a new way of doing documentaries, which probably started with The Last Dance, where, okay, let's have them watch this, and then we're going to film them watching it, and then you will see their reaction of them watching it.
Sure.
And so that's done throughout. And, big smiles or whatever, great little comments. But it's just a different way of doing documentaries now. And I thought, I think of this in the lens of my kid. All right, if she's watching this, is she kind of lost? And I think she would have been for the first half hour at least. Just because they are broadcasting to an audience that's already seen documentaries on this, and we all know the story, and we all know you're going to take it to your effing grave. Still, when they tell that story, it does still give you chills. There's a lot about it that gives you chills. A lot of the Herb Brooks way that, okay, certainly it was all, amateurs, all college kids against a Russian team of 25 to 35-year-old men who that's all they did was play hockey. They were professional, yet, they said that, oh, he's a farmer. But, that's just the way Russia did it. And it really created a scenario where we're the true underdogs. Like
Very few times.
Huge underdogs because Finland was better, Czechoslovakia was better. Like I think they were in maybe the 7th or 9th. Vegas would have had them 9th as far as the odds to win that whole thing. And Herb Brooks, who got a bunch of guys from different colleges, but they were from good programs. Like he was the Minnesota coach, and he took like 4 or 5 of his own guys. So it wasn't necessarily just the best hockey players and like an all-star team, but it was some guys who had some chemistry. However, they are college players, all from really good programs, so they all kind of hate each other.
Yeah, we saw similar stuff play out in D2 and D3 as they built out their roster.
Okay.
Legitimately. So hey, now we're not just us. We got to get guys from other parts of the country.
Yeah, so they hate each other. So they're laying this out as if this was his idea. So he kind of worked them so hard and was such an a-hole and really like verbally as well, with just insulting and that kind of thing. As you know, coaches you grew up with were, to where they all said, all of a sudden we're all best friends because we all just hate this guy. So was that his
genius,
to create a common enemy? That's actually going to be me, and now these guys will be really bonded.
We used to ask these questions often.
About who?
People we worked for. Like, is it intentional to make everyone hate you? Because it is one thing we all agree on. Seriously, I mean, it's like I've actually thought about that because in any leadership position, that is something that people try to do. That's like,
Yeah, and I'll personally say I've never been involved in a situation where I believed that my leader was intentionally doing it to bond the guys.
No, but you started looking for answers somewhere.
Yeah.
At some point. But yeah.
But in retrospect, these guys all seem to believe that was Herb Brooks' method and that he actually was wanting to do that. And maybe part of it was afterwards and years later, they would go on to say as they won the gold, he went into the locker room and let the players celebrate on their own. Herb Brooks also had a pretty interesting relationship to being the head coach of the U.S. hockey team because he was a player and he was the very final cut on the 1960 team. And I guess when he brought in the guy that was his final cut, he reversed it on him a little bit to where the guy who came in to be the final cut, he kind of knows if you get called in by the coach and we're 2 days before the Olympics or something. And Herb Brooks is bawling. Like he's got tears streaming down his face and he knows how the reason he doesn't want to do this is because this happened to him. Like he went through 6 months of training, of becoming one of the best conditioned athletes in the entire world because that was like Herb Brooks' thing is the Russians are the best conditioned team and we're going to be. So he's working them to death. Yet 6 months, you're doing that. You're there every day. You do everything that you can, and you're the very last cut. Like you're told a couple days before the Olympics, actually.
Yeah,
appreciate you. And he was bawling. And so now the guy who you would think he'd end up bawling is now like feeling so bad for Herb Brooks that Herb Brooks has to do this to me.
Yeah, I mean, if we laugh about this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you when you're growing up.
But you could really believe it from him.
Yeah, I think you can believe it.
He did go through that. Like, if Ken Hitchcock is cutting, they're like, you've never done, you
That's
don't know
true.
what we're dealing with. So, and the way he coached, I guess part of the lead up was like they're skating, it'd be like running lines in basketball, but they called them Herbies, and they tied Finland in one game, and they were like thinking, it's pretty good. Finland's one of the better teams. We tied them in a lead up to the Olympics. And Herb Brooks thought you guys were ass. You guys were not giving it your all. And, had them stay afterward. You've seen that video probably. They turn off the lights in the arena. Like they're there so long. They were just dying. I don't know. Like, I don't want to be nostalgia for, coach abuse or anything, but like they certainly couldn't do that today
Yeah.
with NHL players. And another thing
I don't know. You might not be able to do it with any players.
Yeah, ask Jerome Tang at Kansas State.
Yeah, you might have to. You might not be able to do it at anywhere. Period.
Okay, and I guess that's a great point. The big difference too now and then is that Russia was the bully, and I feel like the USA right now is the bully. Not so much that they're so much better at hockey than anything else, but the USA, just in general, even using our pros, there was something to the Olympics saying, you know what, we're gonna play this with a handicap. Like, we are so good, and we're so far ahead of everyone else that we'll handicap this thing. And we're using our amateurs, and you guys can use your, quote, amateurs, but everybody really knows. And that really made you feel good to win that. Like, the country could never have felt as good as 1980 yesterday.
No, because I mean, and I just looked. They were almost dead even odds pre-tournament to win with Canada. They were slight underdogs heading into the final 8, but yeah, I knew they were underdogs back then. I didn't know they were 8th or 9th. I just knew that they weren't 2 or 3. But there's nothing like that. I mean, the dream team is never able to experience anything like that.
But going back and forth, I'm watching the U.S. game, and then they get to the first period. So, all right, let's go watch this documentary. And we'd watch the U.S. game a little more. Well, another break. Let's go watch this documentary. And it was a weird dynamic to me doing that. And then I did my thing of, all right, so they talked about the U.S. in 1980 and what this meant to the country. And there's some economic tough times in the 70s, and but you know what? This is we all swelled with pride. And all right, now we've had a long time to look back. What did it mean? Did it actually mean anything? You know, let's look back at the New Orleans Saints played again. And this really is important as we dig out of Katrina. What, really? What? What did it mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to have a conversation like this because my side has no proof on it. But I do think if you just wanted to start, let's take them together. There's no way to quantify people feeling better and how feeling better can ultimately, in some small way, translate to you performing better. Like, certainly, if we take this to our logical...
Performing better in what?
Whatever you do.
All right.
So if you take this to your logical extreme, you know, if you were like, hey, I'm going to come in and do my job today, would you rather be sick or not sick? Well, you'd rather be not sick because you know you'd do a better job. So the general contagion of positivity that it sounds like these people are purporting exists by saying, hey, the Saints have... I think there is something to it of vibes or people being in a good mood. I think it makes things work smoother. It's impossible to quantify. And the problem is, at least from my view, is they never mentioned the downsides. Like, there may have been, like, legitimate downsides to the Saints playing that year. We don't know what costs, the logistics. You don't ever get presented with an alternative reality where we just didn't. So you can't compare it. And I guess you could say the same for the Cold War, other than I wasn't there, but people say that it was a big moral boost. And frankly, that's all the Cold War was to me in retrospect. It was just a dick measuring contest of like which way's the right way. So if that's what you're fighting over, having your people believe that you have the superior way is very important. And if it helps them to believe that, if they win a sporting event, it's got to mean something, right? I mean, the big reason why they needed the Cold War, they needed to have people convinced that our way is the right way. The other way is evil. So this is like a perfect event. To be like, look, we won.
Yeah, but the Soviets had won every year prior to that for 20 years.
And communism
nobody was
continued
like,
for
hey, man, cool. We should be communists now because the Soviets keep winning.
that doesn't happen. You're right.
That's why I would, you say alternative reality, like I would like to see. What if they had just got bounced right away? There'd be a lot less documentaries. You wouldn't know who Jim Craig is or that he had a dad.
Yeah, what if they made it to the final but just got skull
What if they got
blanked?
pasted by Finland? Because that was the thing. Was it Finland or Sweden?
The final?
Whatever.
The game after?
They actually beat, the Russians in the first game of the four
Semifinal, yeah.
4-team tournament, and then they ended up playing the gold medal game like a couple days later. And that's where I guess Herb Brooks, very short speech before the game, just said, if you guys, because I guess even the day before, they were kind of signing autographs, and they had a morning skate after they had beaten the Russians. And now they're huge, huge stars. Like the first game of the whole tournament, they were like the 9th seed, like I said. So the arena, which I think only holds like 8,000, it was a pretty tiny arena, was half empty or half full, if you're an optimist. But there was not a lot of people there. They weren't fired up about the USA. But they had to at least tie that game. Had they lost that first game, they would have not been eligible for a medal. So they tied it, and it was a very end of the game, too, like a very late goal. And that's where Ruzioni on the documentary is like, that was the biggest goal of
I did not know that.
the whole thing, actually, because they would have just been playing. And you'd never heard of them, but they did that. They won again, and it's like, oh, wait. Hey, the U.S. hockey team, they're not supposed to be winning these games. And then it started catching fire and everything, and it got huge. But, yeah, I guess the next day after the morning skate, now they're in there signing some sticks and whatnot, and Herb Brooks came in and just throws everything on the ground and starts screaming at him and like, what are we doing here? Who do you think you are? Like, really shocked them back into reality. Like, we have another game, and then told them, if you lose this game, this is right before the game, because they had slayed Goliath. He's like, if you lose this game, you're going to take this to your fucking grave. And I guess that was huge to these guys because Herb Brooks was a guy who never used profanity. He didn't say the S word. So he was a hard ass, but he wasn't, I don't have to scream the F. Like, you know how, didn't Jason Garrett seem fake when he used profanity? Even shoddy in a way.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm using it because I'm trying to be a tough guy, and all right, we don't buy that. Well, this guy was a tough guy. He didn't need to swear to be a tough guy. He said that, walked out the door, and then right before he got to the door, turns and looks back. And they're all like already in stunned silence. And he says, "You're fucking grave." And he walked out. And they were all like, I mean talk about putting pressure on them.
It's pressure, but it's also perspective, right? I mean, how many you probably have games from like junior high you remember that you're like, fuck, if I could have just
Yeah.
So that's what you're trying to convey to those guys. Like, this is what you will think about for the rest of your life. So think of it in those terms. Yeah, it's why it's one of the most famous historic pregame, postgame, any sports speeches ever.
Like I said, if you've seen the other documentaries, you're like, okay, I have seen that. It doesn't mean that this won't bring chills and maybe even a teardrop welling up just as you're watching. Like, that
was probably the fire.
It's pretty. It might have been the fire. That, just their celebration. The Russians watching it. The Russian coach had pulled the greatest goalie in the world, Tretiak, after the first period. He gave up 2 goals, which then at the very end of the game, when Russia trails by 1, there was 10 minutes left. And they were like, that was the longest 10 minutes we've ever played. Because it wasn't like the U.S. is going to keep pushing.
Right.
It was like, all right, now we're ahead. We can't effing believe it. Can we stay ahead? And they had a huge flurry. And even though with 2 minutes, 1 minute, the Russians never pulled their goalie to get an extra attacker.
Was that something they didn't do?
Probably pride.
They never had to.
Huh.
Well, pride or whatever, that coach, that's some serious tactical errors, you might say. And I didn't look it up. I probably should, but I'm concerned about what happened to him when he got home.
Oh, you don't think he was giving us
Like, hey, man.
bronze medal reception?
You tried.
Your record
You did
is
really
60-1.
Well, now the thing would be your guys played real hard. They never gave up.
Right.
No.
Like, yeah, we're giving shotties A's for the season.
of course.
Hey, you know what? I mean, they
Team fought
they showed
hard.
up every day.
Which is truly the socialist way. Whereas in Russia, they probably cut that guy's hand off. No,
Yeah.
The other story, I didn't cry watching the Americans, but I do think the Hughes brothers story is interesting. We have way more brothers in hockey than I realized, Dan. But this family had a kid go 1-4-7 3 years in a row in the first round. And somehow my wife had become aware of their mom. Their mom was a big-time hockey player.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think she was actually hired by the men's team at some point in like the 2010s as like a psychological coach or something. But the dad was a hockey coach, obviously. The mom was an Olympian. She won a silver in like maybe 92, 96. And yeah, one of them, I believe, scored the overtime goal. He's about to be the captain. Their third brother will be on the team next time around. It's a cool little story that lets you know you never had a chance at sports because two superhumans from cold weather got together. Like the next thing you know, they have 3 first-round picks in 3 consecutive years.
All from Florida.
No, I blame all my
Thereabouts, yeah.
athletic failures on my parents for sure.
And I mean, you had three cracks at the dad apple, and none of them.
No, well, they all didn't.
They didn't all at the same time.
The DNA.
leave
I don't
a-
have all their DNA.
It wasn't like a suicide.
My mom got all that.
You just mix it up.
I didn't.
We don't call it a suicide anymore.
No.
I'm sorry. That's an offensive.
Yeah.
the
What if
mixing
you
of-
put Coke and
Sprite,
orange?
Fanta.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was
No.
the big drink at the pool,
Well, yeah. No, we always call it a suicide.
the public pool. You got to have a suicide. Yeah.
One kid kills himself.
Yeah. Mixing everything together. I talked about that last week when I was talking about if you had Flooring Direct DFW come over to your house because they bring all those little samples of the floors.
I've been thinking a lot about our patchwork sample floor of nothing but samples. It feels like an I think you should leave sketch.
Let's see. Dan Ratcliffe hit me up on that.
Okay.
He can do it?
He said the labor on your quilted floor
That's a good point.
made with sample swatches would be ... prohibitive.
Maybe for most.
But he didn't say that they wouldn't do it.
That's right. If you're about to get a second round tender contract.
Yeah, maybe Brandon can do that.
But
in
if
his
you're
basement.
just a regular person, you can also get great deals, great flooring installed without having to go to a showroom from Dan out at Flooring Direct, flooringdirectdfw.com/DZ. Bunch of different financing options for you. They'll work with you on that. You can get 0 interest for 36 months, nothing down. Like I said, great deals on all sorts of flooring. The wood, the in-stock that they have in stock there, the carpeting. They got it all, and they'll come on out and give you a free estimate. That's where they show you the little floors that can
Give
become
them a
big
chance
floors.
to earn your business.
All comes with a lifetime guarantee. So check them out, flooringdirectdfw.com/DZ, and they bring the floors to you, Dan.
They got a cool song, and Prophets and Outlaws is going to sync it up.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices.
Oh, no.
You're late.
Flooring Direct.
Jeez, Prophets.
Are you all in? We are with all-in pricing at Flooring Direct. I'm Rick Renner. Often other flooring companies quote you low to just get the job. And then when they tear up your floor, when you're most vulnerable, that's when they start asking for more money. We don't do that at Flooring Direct. No surprises. We know what it takes to have a perfect installation. That's why we're the highest rated company in your community for decades and running. Go to flooringdirectdfw.com.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
Quality Roofing, we've got drones.
Boy, they do. And they're going to take those drones, fly them up top, and get a good look at that roof and inspect it.
They will. I never knew that until you told me last week.
The whole lead up.
I was last week years old when you told me that Qualis Roofing has drones. But yes, apparently the insurance companies recommend you get your roof inspected twice a year. I think that's a little ridiculous. Let's at least make it once, though.
But the drone makes sense now, though. Because you don't, I mean, if you're going to be going up there, once, twice a year?
Yeah.
You're going to need a drone for that.
QualisGC.com. They're great. They're great with listeners of our show. We've had, tons of people just come up to us and tell us how awesome the experience was with Qualis. I don't have to have anybody to tell me how awesome my experience was. They put a new roof on my house. I wasn't sure if I needed one. I knew that we haven't had a new roof in over a decade. And they went up there, inspected it, and they're like, yeah, you got a lot of hail damage here, man. So we'll take care of it. They took care of everything. They dealt with the insurance company for us. I didn't have to do all the calls on that end, and all we paid is the deductible. So Qualis Roofing, go to QualisGC.com. Do they have a number?
They do. The phone number is 817-500-9008. And all of those are interesting copy points. But there's one final one.
That's where he was leading you guys in it.
It doesn't matter.
Qualis Roofing, we've got drones.
Magnificent.
Why should people watch DZTV?
It's on. It's on. It's on every night.
It'll make you feel better about yourself.
Stock tips, medical advice, what to do when your wife goes to book club,
The meaning of life.
So I can keep my job?
DZTV.
Weeknights at 9.
on More 27.
Deep. Thoughtful.
Meh.
We're going to throw a shot in this before we left.
Awesome, let's do it.
What do you think?
Couldn't hurt. Glutathione is great. Let's do some shots.
All right.
Shots.
Yeah.
Glutathione about a shot.
Take a shot.
Yeah.
So glutathione, I recommend doing in the glute only because it's not as comfortable with the injection.
The glute.
Yes.
The butt.
Yes. We'll face my computer.
Is this going to hurt?
It's not going to be as comfortable. Glutathione is kept cold in the fridge, and I think it is a little spicy, just from personal experience.
So you've had this.
I have had this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hear that bell just rang out there.
All done.
Do I have to pull it up now?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
I believe in the future, but not today.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Ooh. I'm so detoxed.
Do you have any questions for me?
Quick one. Do you smoke cigarettes?
No.
Okay.
You know, all these places want your birthday to give you free stuff on your birthday. Space them out.
That's yeah. What are you gonna do? Eat 12 meals? The free
My
meal? Even
birthday-
if they give you the whole month, that's a lot of pressure.
My
if you
birthday, May 15th to this place, June 15th. That place, July 15th. That place, August 15th. Because then I get one free thing a month.
I mean, I'm just in the dojo learning, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in awe.
Yeah.
Trident Access Services, I had garage door bad. But after just one email wrote, could I call you dad? Had a brand new door put in just a single day. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Give up.
Door was sad and sucky, flaccid at its best. But Jeremy and the fellas said, just put your fear to rest. If you need some help like me, just call the boys today. Trident Access Services, holy crap, hooray.
Yeah. The website is txtrident.com. Hit up Jeremy at 817-512-1212. And we learned through Grady that if you're a listener, you get 10% off.
Is somebody in there? Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Sir!
I don't know if I'm okay.
Can you get out for me?
I'm hurting. Let me get my phone. I gotta call somebody.
Alright.
Yeah,
We're calling Elena.
Before you call the insurance company, call Frankel first. Frankel and Frankel. Call 214 or 817 all threes.
What do you guys? We've talked about breaking food out on the plane before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your yogurt?
Yeah, well, I don't want to bring like a tuna sandwich or a egg salad, like the stuff I eat.
You don't want to, you will, or you just want to?
If pressed, but I won't.
Okay.
I'm trying not to.
What if it were like a slice of pizza?
No, go ahead.
I think I would.
I say everybody should be able to do what they want on the plane.
Okay, this is you can tell
as a guy who's taken salmon.
You can tell from the wrapper if you're a Texan what type of food that is. The classic red and white checkerboarded paper wrapper. That's just like a.
What is it? Sloppy Joe?
It's just a thing full of barbecue.
Yeah.
It's just a whole.
I don't like that.
And that person works for the airline. You can't really tell from that uniform, but you would think they would have the etiquette. But that was right there. That was right when we sat down.
Is that you in the back row?
Yeah, it is.
So it's back row. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, because
they may have been thinking that. And
right,
there was
right
actually
next to the potty.
I think that was the last row on that side. But I had just never seen. And then they didn't have utensils. They were just eating pieces of sausage and like pulled pork with their hands. I feel like there's got to be some.
Look at the fine print on the ticket.
Yeah, you'd have to just ban food at large. You just have to ban it fully, right?
No outside food.
If there's any discretion at all, people are going to take advantage. It's disgusting.
My thought
I combated that by farting the entire flight.
But when I did order Papados once for
That's
the
one
flight,
good thing about being by the bathroom, by the way. I was the last row. The bathroom's there. It's like, God, who keeps going to the bathroom? Disgusting. Sorry.
There's nothing good to being by the bathroom. But I like you trying to have a silver lining.
No puppet. No puppet, 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 no puppet. No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet. No puppet. No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet. No puppet. A puppet. No puppet. A puppet. You're the puppet. The puppet. The puppet. No puppet. No puppet. The puppet. You're the puppet. No puppet. No puppet.
The Dumb Zone.
Oh, man. Those were fun times in the Big 12 when Mizzou was good, Kansas was good.
You big fan there, Julie?
I am.
Aren't you Missouri?
Yeah, I was at a lot of those games when they were good. It was
Really?
fun.
Once upon a time.
You weren't going there when he went there, were you?
Who were you talking about? I was listening to Olaf tell me that it's okay to cry about this coronavirus situation. But who were you talking about?
Way to go, Dan.
Who's Olaf?
Yeah.
Josh Gad. the actor that plays Olaf on Frozen, he made this video and it just captivated me. I'm sorry. He's sitting here on Twitter crying, telling everybody that it's okay to cry, and it's the same voice as Olaf. Who were you talking about, though?
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Cried for a second. And I was going to do it by myself, and then I thought, you know
Josh
what?
Gad. I never saw
It's
it.
important for everybody to understand that we're all going through so much uncertainty right now. We're going to get through it. And it's hard, and I'm emotional because
I watched
hate
the hockey
seeing
game.
our kids deprived of their normal lifestyle. But I'm also emotional because of all of the incredible things that so many of you out there are doing on a daily basis. And I know it's a struggle
this
right
just
now for
in
so
to
many
the
people.
CNN election desk.
I just
Harrisburg
wanted to
County
say
goes to
I love
Trump
you all, and
by
I'm thinking of you
13
all.
points. We've
I'm gonna
lost
get through
an
this.
important county, the swing state here for the Clinton campaign.
Oh, my God, another.
Looks like Orange County out in California. Another big one has gone Trump plus 22 here on election night. Well, listen to that. I didn't even know who Olaf was at that point.
And now look at you.
Whole catalog.
Now,
whole catalog.
now you're crying along with him.
Yep.
I want to promote a couple of things. One is this Thursday we will be out in public. Many are saying, you guys are so reclusive. When will you show your faces? When will we get a chance to ask you the hard questions? Thursday, we will be at Cane Rosso at the Star in Frisco. So right up there near football.
If we have enough people, we'll play a little game on the small field next to the restaurant in front of the practice facility. I'll bring a ball.
Want to have a catch?
I do.
So Thursday, 11:30 to 2:30. This Thursday, the 26th, and it will be pretty warm, we understand. There will not be a fire.
Kick off that weekend.
So, yeah, join us at Cane Rosso. Also a thing to promote. We've been talking to a guy from Air DNA.
Air DNA.
Luke, he's actually a buddy of intern Brad Kellner. Intern Brad Kellner was an intern in 2014. And apparently Luke is his childhood best friend. And we said, well, that's really sweet. And then he says they got a bit going on next Tuesday.
March 3rd.
Free food and drinks at Community Beer Company for Dumb Zone listeners and others. Air DNA, they're like this company that helps you set up your house to be an Airbnb. They're putting on a World Cup roadshow. You can find out how much money you can make renting out your home on Airbnb for the World Cup. So, Blake, you want to leave town, right, when the eclipse is here?
I do.
They got you set up here.
This
Okay.
Air DNA thing can help you out. Go to airdna.co/Dallas Roadshow.
Yeah, go get some free food and some free beer and find out if you can make some cash.
You can RSVP there. airdna.co/Dallas Roadshow.
Might be some
Roadshow.
serious money in it for you. I'm going to do it.
You going to leave town?
Yeah.
Bro, the beautiful game.
I think of Eclipse or soccer much the way that Blake thinks of Eclipse.
Dude, you're going to have all the greats are going to be in town. Like,
My favorite soccer player quit soccer and plays football now. So
that's true.
airdna.co/.
I wonder if he's fired up.
Dallas Roadshow. Yeah, I
Too
saw.
bad we haven't had him on lately. We could have asked him.
Well, I don't care.
Oh,
I mean, I saw, like, I looked at some of his Radio Row interviews. It's a lot of people asking him about soccer. You know, the Brazilian TV station or somewhere other Latin Americans or
nobody else asked what happened 9 months before you put a baby in your wife.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. So, I did my only other couple of quick Olympics things when I flipped it on yesterday. I guess this is something that's grown over the years. I was not aware that they basically do marathon skiing. The 50-kilometer mass start event was on. It was wrapping up yesterday whenever I flipped it on, the women's. 30-something miles. It was 2 hours and 18 minutes. And it's not like it's all downhill. It's cross-country. So you flip it on there, they're going uphill.
I was going to say, is there a mountain that big that
going
you could just
uphill and like basically walking, but you could just watch it knowing that woman cannot feel the lower half of her body right now, and they get to the final stretch and they're just dead. It's a 2 hour and 20-minute race for the winner.
Yeah, I didn't take that in. I didn't even know that existed.
I mean, I guess when I think of ski sports and the Winter Olympics, I think of fast and jumps. Again, a marathon for skiing. Like, it hurt just seeing the time. I'm like, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Speaking of that, when I was telling you guys about the heated rivalry thing, which is a lot of like fan stuff, social media clues, indications that these two women might be together and now broken up. It seems like that might be kind of unfair, except the captain of the U.S. Olympic women's hockey team proposed to Olympic speed skater, her girlfriend, at the games, and like made a big show out of it. So, yeah, as Clayton just said, it is a bad bit, but it's also like I felt kind of bad when I found out, oh, man, they're just trying to make these girls like it's a lesbian thing. Like they're just trying to go over there and play sports. What's this? And then you find out the captain of their team proposed to her girlfriend who's on the Olympic speed skating team the second they got to Milan, had cameras there, like turned a whole production out of it. I thought that was kind of interesting because you're definitely not allowed to say, it kind of feels like you're making this about this. And they're like, we'll just make it about the sports. And then the other thing,
which
obviously,
is way better than, I mean, if you have that opportunity, it's way better than a February 7th game against the Grizzlies in the second period on the Jumbotron at the Mavs game, right?
It's better than almost anything you can do, but you have to know also that if people think that like ladies are, I don't know, you're not beating a stereotype, I'll put it to you like that, because like a dude wouldn't do that.
With another dude? What are you saying?
I don't know that. I think we would all thought it was pretty weird if like Klay Thompson, as soon as the U.S. got to China or something, plopped down on a knee and proposed to his girlfriend.
What if Myles Garrett proposed to Chloe Kim and the cameras were there? You wouldn't think that?
At a game? Basically at a game? Like if he went on the road and was like, all right, now that we're here in Cincinnati.
Haven't we seen that before? Haven't we seen like a player propose to a cheerleader on the field?
We've seen it once.
Boise State.
Well, then we've seen it twice because we talked to the Bills receiver who proposed to his
cowboy cheerleader girlfriend. Yeah. And then Brandon kicked her in the head
with a ball. The other thing that people were fired up about, it's really a two-pronged, is the Republicanism of the U.S. men's hockey team. So there's the video going around of Trump on speakerphone with them in the locker room afterward. To me, it doesn't even really sound like him, but I guess it is, where he jokingly says, like, you know, he's inviting them to the White House, and unfortunately, I got to invite the women too, and everybody starts laughing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He said, unfortunately? Okay, I think I saw some, people mad about that. Mad Online.
Yeah.
Is that a segment we used to do?
It's that.
Mad Online?
And, but the U.S. women's team, I think, by the way, declined his invitation. But the other thing was Kash Patel.
The bug-eyed little guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the head of the FBI, and he's a big hockey guy, plays hockey recreationally, and he's in the locker room pounding beers and, that's not – there's apparently a certain subset of people who are still going to get pretty upset based on the political beliefs of their sports heroes. I feel for those people, but you're chasing a fruitless endeavor. Like you were surprised to learn that the hockey players are conservatives. I guess it's kind of interesting to think about from a thought experiment idea, like why it is that athletes generally lean that way. And maybe that's too much of a blanket statement, but there's something to the level of like their lives are very simple. It's like you work hard, you do this, and it becomes you're incentivized to be convinced that you did it on your own. Like part of your mental moving forward is like, only I can do this. I did this. I am the one making this happen. And that's helpful to motivate yourself, but I don't think it's a helpful way to understand like society.
So it's not just that I did this, it's that anybody could, but I'm choosing to work this hard.
That's, I think, like what a lot of athletes think.
Yeah.
And obviously,
the Cliff Lee thing.
There's a level of starting with genes that could be
right. You have to start in the first 99 percentile or whatever.
Right, but then you could apply that to general society too, right? Like I think I'm a pretty hard worker, but I also had a very lucky life situation where my parents were not poor. You know what I mean?
Yes, you could go intern for free for
right, or work at a family business
many days, yeah.
You know, and get overpaid. So my point is just, I think athletes, it's very easy for them to be like, I fucking did this. I did this. Why can't other people just do what I work as hard as me? I don't think it means they're like bad people or anything. And I don't think celebrating with Kash Patel, I don't know. I saw some people, Stars fans is probably how it showed up in my feed. Like they're mad at Otter. Like, oh, find out this guy's a Republican. Like, don't look. Trust me. You don't want to.
I mean, but then how do you know he is, and who cares?
Yeah. Well,
how does that affect your?
They care because the idea is like.
But what if he wasn't? How does that change?
Because you get to know them and support their journey as a person, and it's certainly if a guy's cool, you're more whatever your perception of cool is, you're more likely to root for them and want them to do well.
Okay, so like if they don't try to remake their own version of Impractical Jokers, that's not fun. You're saying
so much easier. It's so much easier. There are many different ways it can work out, but yeah, it did lend itself to some funny like Nancy Guthrie jokes. You know, because like she's still missing while the guy from the FBI is like, fuck yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Pounded domestics.
Dude, what's gonna happen? Like
nothing. TC was right. It's over. You'll never know anything.
Oh, did TC say that? Yeah.
Last week when we were talking about it, we talked about it on the show. Like, what's the chalk now? Like, if you could place a betting line, it would be you never have a resolution to the story.
So, does Savannah Guthrie ever go back to host the Today Show?
That's a more interesting question.
And it's like, oh, we have a little, we're doing a cooking segment now.
Right.
And then I'm going to interview
here's a 14-year-old gymnast. Yeah.
Yeah, their C-suite's going to make an announcement on the show. Ratings will kill.
I mean, yes, but when can you ever publicly, I mean, how long too? And how long does it take for NBC to be like, we're paying you a $14 million salary and you're not at work? And I'm sorry, but like if the doorman's mom was kidnapped, we'd give him some leash, but
you think
come back
give
to
him
work
a week?
Sometime.
You think Matty L just staring at that phone, like, I hadn't forcibly fingered anybody.
Haven't heard that name
in my office in a long time.
Well, they already called Hoda off the
Oh yeah, I did see that. They tagged her back in.
Yeah, Hoda's bad. Just
well,
like
here's
the
a better
show.
question. Maybe what would you do? What would she do if it was her kid, like a 10-year-old? She'd never be back on the air, right? There's no way. You'd find a different avenue. You maybe not out of the media forever, but I don't know that you're coming back to the Today Show. But with a parent, it's like they weren't gonna die. You know, like you can't really let it wreck your whole like thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if your mom did just die,
you'd take a
you
couple
would have your
days,
period of
maybe.
mourning, and then you would be back to work.
Right.
And so you probably almost have to look at it like there's no What are they doing with her? If they didn't kill her right away,
I can tell you this unequivocally, I don't have her. I know there's a lot of people that have been asking questions about my new trafficking old women operation. I saw Horny Amy last night at Jimmy's show.
She's Jimmy's show.
She's a candidate. Nancy Guthrie is not. We don't have her. Not interested.
Oh, you may kidnap and traffic Horny Amy.
Beth.
Well, you already know
when
she's
gets
horny.
when she gets old enough. Yeah, for sure. I did go to Jimmy's show last night. Jimmy with Scott opening. It's a good time. Early show, man. I was home by like 9:15.
Really?
Yeah, it was nothing. Damn. He's getting better and better, man. I mean, I've heard a lot of the jokes because I go see him with decent regularity. But it is cool as like a guy who really likes learning about that world. Like, I feel like I can pick up on things he's better at. Because I'm seeing the same jokes a lot of the time, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So, he's a machine.
No, that's a true art.
Yeah.
To be able to deliver it as if you've never delivered it before.
Very cool to see.
You guys want to do a little more weekend check or right to the news? What do you want to do?
Let's do a little more weekend check.
Okay.
Because I think that might end up spilling all throughout the week.
Yeah.
Because I did go to that show last night.
Big long drive home. Matt Grimm beat me back to my house.
Do you want to read that email? Or at least part of it? I didn't know that what had happened. With regard to the dueling return routes home between the RV that left Thursday night. We'll get to it later in the week.
What do you mean what happened?
You guys got home within like 5 minutes of each other or something, and he was doing the math on how unlikely that was.
Yeah, he said it's like a 1 in 3,000 chance. He was doing math. The thing was, too, my wife, who knew about my trip, knew everything. I mean, she drove me there. When do I pick you up? It's going to be Friday at like 2. Can you get out of work? Absolutely. I just have to plan ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Friday morning, it's like, when are you coming home? Today at 2. Like, I don't know if I can leave work. Can you wait? I can get there by 4:30, she says.
Are they not listening to us either?
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
We
don't listen to them.
But are they retaining anything you say to them? No, I send calendar invites.
Okay, well then it's like, well, I could be there by 4:30. How much would an Uber cost? Like, because she's costing. Okay, I guess so. Then I Ubered.
Yeah,
solid Uber, based on after the one we had in.
You didn't find out about any.
This dude didn't say
violence?
A word.
Yeah.
This is the greatest Uber driver I've ever had. Just business, all business. Little mint. There was a little jar of mints there, and then charging cables out the rear end.
That's good.
You didn't have to move a bunch of stuff because everything was just clean.
Yeah, that's nice.
Window was closed. The air conditioning was on. The pool was Luke.
Bet it smelled good.
He had his bag out next to the door before Dan even turned to get out of the car.
Wow,
that guy was solid. And I told him, I was like, dude, this is the greatest ride. He didn't hear me compliment because he's back in the car.
Right. No time to gloat.
Anyway, yeah. So like that's why I could have beat Matt Grimm there had the old ball and chain not been doing whatever she was doing, working.
So you guys, but
making
you
sure
got back
insurance.
and they were there minutes before you.
We were already unloaded.
Okay.
We were just finishing up with like TC stuff.
Still, the timing's pretty incredible when
Yeah.
you consider all the factors and the variables of driving.
Matt was.
Yeah, drove from Arizona
the day before.
We hit traffic in Odessa, and Matt was just fuming.
Oh, because he was gonna lose
slowing
this
us down.
race.
It was and he was like,
"Did he ever stop?"
Effing trailer.
Like he drove the whole way, right? You don't drive half hour or couple
He
hours.
stopped outside of Tucson for a quick 15-minute nap.
Why don't you drive a couple hours for him? Help the guy out.
Matt might not want that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't want me to drive.
When he's in Reaper mode, driving through the night, like you don't mess with him.
You just let him go.
You just let him cook.
So turns out they needed that extra hour jump start.
Oh, that it took us.
Oh, because you
delay?
guys went to such a bad comedy show and came back early, and he got to leave early.
More on that later.
All right.
And we were delayed, right? No, that was on the way out.
Yeah,
you were delayed.
Well,
what do you mean?
We weren't sure you'd make the flight.
Yeah, we'll get to that too.
Okay, what do you want to get to now then? Who's going?
You got anything,
Foodie?
No, it's just a great drive back. Matt's an amazing director of logistics, and
any talking?
more than the trip to Denver, you guys did not talk much at all on the way to Denver. I was like, hey, yeah, we're going to have the guys in the van. We're going to be hanging out. Yeah. Blake's back there reading his book. Dan's on the computer. Jake's just trying not to throw up. And on the way back, TC was out within like 15 minutes of us being on the road. Sleep mask on, blanket, pillow, full Dan.
And the seats reclined.
Yeah, he was
nice.
He was using every angle you could on that seat.
But you left it late at night, right?
We left it like when we were going to bed normal, but
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
sleep.
9 o'clock.
I didn't sleep at all. I was up the whole time pretty much.
Doing what?
Servicing Matt.
Ass, grass, or gas.
That's right. Little roadie.
No, I was doing a little editing. Put together something for Jake and
Put TC's hand in warm
catching
water.
up on. Oh my god!
Draw a wiener on his face.
Freeze the shoes.
Has anyone here ever woke up with a wiener on their face?
Oh, come on.
I haven't.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I've drawn one on, but never.
Yeah.
I woke up to a dude telling me, look, dude. And I wasn't friends with this guy, but he was like, I'm telling you this because you're friends. We're friends. Go right to the bathroom and then look in the mirror. I'm like, what? What? Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Big giant wiener. And it was when I was at home for Thanksgiving from college.
Ooh.
And now my mom is at home. And so trying to scrub that thing, like it was like a Sharpie.
Oh yeah, no, I've
It was very disappointing.
I've showed up at a family event with the remnants of a popular World War II insignia on my forehead.
But
Oh my god.
your face is just red because you just got to scrub it.
Why do you have like a red rubbed swastika
Yeah.
on your forehead?
We did have to stop. So just east of Midland, Odessa, or no, El Paso, there's a border patrol stop. So you go through, it looks like a toll booth situation. You stop at the border patrol. There's someone there. They go, how many passengers do you have? And Matt's just like, there's 2 guys in the back. Are they American citizens? He goes, yes. And then we just go right through. The shades are all down. TC and I are just in the back. You can't see us. And I'm just like,
Wow, they have a border patrol stop?
That's been around.
yeah, it's always been there between El Paso and Midland, Odessa.
That's what like people would always tell you. There's a certain way you can drive and avoid ever having your car searched, and there's another not so much that way. Like I think Willie Nelson got pulled over there some years ago.
It's a good thing there's not a gummy patrol search.
Right.
They have dogs. They had dogs out walking around. So, but that was just interesting because they didn't know who was back there. It was a dark Sprinter van with the shades all down. Like they just saw Matt and were like, you know what, this guy's good.
He looks like a guy that's good.
Yeah. So that's a good plus to have him in the pilot seat.
Well, it's too bad you didn't get in an accident on the way home. You could have called Frankel and Frankel personal injury attorneys 214, and then you dial all threes. You'll talk to a partner when you call the Frankels, and they've got people that used to work for those insurance companies that are trying to keep you from what you deserve. So they know their little tricks. They know all the tricks. They've helped thousands of people in the DFW area. They are DFW located. So Frankel and Frankel personal injury attorneys would have helped you out had you gotten in a terrible accident. Unfortunate that you didn't, because you really could have used the Frankels.
Could have cashed in. Blake?
I thought we had a great trip. It was nice playing TC and NCAA. Clayton was a fabulous audience for my Oklahoma State dynasty. Land at Friday, 3 o'clock. I've got about 5 or 6 hours till bedtime, and then it was just right back to 2 boys on the weekend. And you always used to say this, Jake, that the show is the fun part, being with the family's not, and now I get it.
Did I say that?
You did, and you do.
Yeah, no, there's something to that. This is the oasis.
So, yeah, a week in Arizona with the boys was great. Being back home.
It's not that it's bad. It's just that you know, I kind of live, at this point, I feel like I live like a video game character because I'm very into like power-ups and objectives.
Sure.
And it's just way more when you're with your kids. Like there's a way to act. There's a way to talk. There's a way to, it's just like I'm on duty. Whereas when I'm actually at work here, I don't. Like, this is how I actually am.
Right.
Well, you're always subconsciously or whatever to their subconscious. You're shaping a life.
And I take it. I know this sounds
creating
gay.
a human.
I take it probably
human.
too seriously. Like where I think about afterward, like, oh, should I have said that? That was
Right.
kind of a weird thing to say.
Will that affect her when she's 18?
I remember things,
Yeah.
random core memories of something that my one parent said to me when I was 7, and I'm hyper aware of that. And in here, just kind of fart.
No, I'm constantly running in circles where I'll think of Dan, and Dan always says the best time in life is with the young kids, and then I get happy, and then my 6-month-old starts crying. Like, this sucks.
This
Like,
can't be
no,
the best time in life.
Yeah, no, there's just no way. I have no freedom, and then I think of Dan again or whatever, what I'm going to be like when I'm old, and then I'm happy, and then they piss me off again. It's just like, oh, it's just so exhausting.
You have to know that you're in the good times when you're in them.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, a lot of other people around the world may be having bad times. I understand that. I see that. But these are the good times of my life. So I have to think of them that way to appreciate them.
Ever since you asked if our animals have ever having a good time, that puts me in a better mood.
Man.
Softball.
Nerve-wracking.
Softball started Sunday.
Oh, now we're to the main event.
Opening day.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Flyover?
Didn't do a flyover. Not sure if they sang the national anthem before the 8 a.m. games.
Was Chris there?
I did not see him.
Okay, that's how he operates.
And that's, yeah.
We have a scout that records every Blake at bat.
So I didn't see him, so he must be good at hiding or something. We're pretty good. Now, Garza's Cardinals were pretty bad last year. But it seems like in the draft, he reevaluated how he was going to build the team. And he basically did so by taking guys who are really good, but that other people don't want to play with.
Okay.
What I'm saying is we got a band of outlaws on the team.
I like it. This is lean into the bit.
So you got a guy who slid into the 6th round who is supposed to go in the 4th, but he made no call, no show on you. Grab him. You got a pitcher in the 7th, hell of a guy. Can really swing the stick. Doesn't say a word to anybody. Take him. Me, for instance, take him.
Yeah.
You know? So we did really good on Sunday, and team chemistry is going to be something that we work on. But if we can just all come together and rally behind winning, maybe that'll fix it.
Look, I think that's the easiest way. I know Shoddy thinks it's dinners, and I think winning games will bring you all together.
Yeah,
Then
I agree.
You'll be Eiffel Towering chicks together before no time.
I felt way better after the game Sunday than I ever did last year, and played with a great group of guys. But after we run-rolled 2 teams and really just smoked the hell out of them.
How'd you do?
Felt pretty good. I think I broke a windshield on Sunday.
That means he did well.
Unless
it was a foul ball.
I had some wind behind me, and I hit it over the net, protecting the cars.
Nice. Listen to this guy.
This is one of 2 bombs.
That's some modest saying he had wind. He's back because he's in the gym. He's going at 7 a.m. Like, you know how, and I do this too. I just don't have time for the gym. We're doing this, then we're having meetings after the show, and I'm not getting home till like 5 o'clock. Okay, then he's like, yeah, same thing. And I have 2 kids, so I'll get up early and go to the gym. Because he fell out of the first round this year in the draft. And we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah, I was picked 26th. We'll see.
2 home runs.
And then I wanted to give you guys something.
Well, how does it work when you hit a car? Does somebody go,
You win a steak?
I mean, I know how, like, in youth baseball, it'd be a parent, like, do you have to go, hey, whose car is that?
That's a YP, right?
I didn't know it happened until we were walking out, and a teammate of mine said, hey, I think you hit a car over there. There's a bunch of broken glass.
It's like the natural.
Yeah. So I walked over and, oops. But they had left. So I don't know.
Hey, it's part of the game.
Shouldn't have parked there.
Don't park where Blake could hit it.
No flies.
I've got family coming into town.
Good.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be for the next 3 weeks.
Horrible.
My brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and their 2 young kids will be staying at my house.
At your house?
Wait, so this isn't your...
This is one of the good ones. It's her actual brother, who I like a lot, and his wife.
Okay.
And they have 2 kids, like 3 and 2.
Oh, my God.
And they're going to cram into our extra room. And
4 people in one room?
I guess we'll survive. I don't know.
What's the impetus for this?
They live in England, and they're coming back. They got.
Wasn't it better when she went and visited them?
Oh, my God. Flip side of the coin. You never see this bill coming due.
Yeah. That was the greatest 2 weeks of your life.
And you'd take it 10 out of 10.
The tab has been set on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just going to hang out?
Do they talk British?
God, they better not.
Do we have to watch Peppa Pig?
They better
I
not.
don't know. I do any weird shit. Don't they get out and face the Big Bend and
Because
get
the
down
little
and pray?
kids-
They pray towards it a few times a day.
The little kids will have accents
Yeah.
because they get it at school and stuff.
You'd have to figure.
Yeah, I'm not going to tolerate that.
Will they show Brooks how to make a urine bomb
Yeah.
for soccer games?
What?
Did you know about this? Soccer hooligans would, like a water balloon, they would fill it with urine instead.
Oh.
Throw it at teams.
I don't know, dude.
Try to
I'm
tax your son without letting him represent himself in a body of government.
I typically like them as people.
Don't laugh.
Don't
encourage me at all. That should have fell flat as fuck.
Trying to be nice, open up my home, but I got to be honest, I'm really not looking forward to this.
No, I mean, did they know that you currently already have like an extra half person on your payroll?
They don't. Which, happy birthday, Angelo, was yesterday.
Oh, for real?
He asked me for an iPad for his birthday.
Come on, man.
Jeez. I got a really old one.
I'll take it.
You want to give it to
I told him I'm not going to buy him a new one.
Can I tell you the problem? That as part of the planned obsolescence, when you have an old one, it won't update the new. Like if you want to
new apps and stuff.
But even it doesn't even have to be a new app. It's a new version of an old app. Like you may want to use FaceTime, right? Well, the
Right.
new version of FaceTime won't work unless you update the operating system.
At some point,
and the
you're
operating system won't work on an old iPad. Because I try to use my family's old iPads because I only use them for reading.
I asked
Eventually,
him
they box you out.
what he wanted to do with it, like, check his...
Can we back up a couple questions? Did you ask him what do you want for your birthday, or did he just come in and say,
"Hey, it's my birthday,
and I want an iPad"?
I asked him when his birthday was, which is my mistake. I shouldn't have.
Okay.
The chat was curious, so I texted him. Said February 22nd. What?
They're curious.
It's just very funny.
Yeah, they have their own show going on.
You should have gone to the Jimmy Show.
And so this was around the time he had lost the card, so I had to meet him at a Whataburger, give him his new one. And then, of course, he was like, why are you asking me about my birthday? You going to get me something? But, yeah, maybe I could. He said, well, I could really use an iPad.
An iPad?
I said, oh, to check your email. all that kind of,
Portfolio.
He's got a phone.
Yeah, he said, no, I just like to play games on it.
And the screen is too small on my iPhone.
I'm with you.
That's correct.
So it's harder for me to
He's
play
right.
Prince of Ruins.
It's hard to
on
crush
my-
candy. The tiny little candy.
I know. So he needs a bigger screen.
Oh, God. Every day they challenge me more.
Yeah, you want to borrow him?
No. I just want him to not make it so hard to support
They
the
get
unhoused.
They get here on Thursday. They're having a birthday party for their youngest at my house on Saturday. So my life's over.
Well, that's not all bad, dude. You get some. What does that sound?
Music?
Oh, sorry. That just seemed like it switched really quick, and it was all I could hear was the one guitar E string playing.
My next question would be, why is it still playing?
Yeah. So do you have anything? You already went, Dan. Because if so, I'm going to wrap up here and just say we'll do all of mine throughout the week. I had a major issue getting on the plane on Friday. Major issue. And we will package that for later on in the week.
Let's do that, because right now we'll do...
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
Brought to you by Jake's favorite thing to bring on a road trip. We always have rolls of them lying around. And my God, who was the player?
Rob Z.
Rob Zastrezny.
was very excited to learn about Lucy.
Yeah, I said,
he's like, "Whoa,
you a
what's
pouch
this?"
guy?
He was looking at the
Yeah.
breaker, and he's like, "What is that, man?
What
Is
do
that
I do with
flavor?"
it?
You pop it with your teeth or what?
Yeah. No, he was fascinated by Lucy. I've never met a pro athlete who I've seen you give Lucy to who didn't kind of go nuts over it.
It's true, and they know.
The punter and the Cowboys,
But
same
it's
way.
not just them. It's anybody that I ask them, do you use pouches? And then they say yes. And I say, have you tried these? I hand them one, and it's literally like the infomercial bit where they're in black and white, and then they look up at the camera, and they're in color. They're just better. Lucy.co/dumbzone, 20% off, always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. Every order is age verified. This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. All right, so we're going to start off with the 79th British Academy Film Awards.
Why?
More commonly known as the BAFTAs, which feels like an Urban Dictionary term or like a group that Donovan's wife would be a part of that travels, you know? Like somehow there's a black woman acronym in there, like me and the BAFTAs, you know?
I like it.
It was, what was the name? Sister. It wasn't Sisters. Grits. Grateful, respectable, intelligent, talented sisters.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is an award show. It's taking place in England. It's on the BBC. It's not live. It's about 2 hours delayed. So here's where things get interesting. There is a movie called I Swear. And it is one of these dramatization biopics where it's about a guy who's still alive. And he's no one necessarily famous. He's a guy who has Tourette's. He's battled this. Now, his name is John Davidson. And he was present at the award show last night where the young actor who actually portrayed him in the movie won an award for Best Actor. I don't know what you guys think or know or feel about Tourette's, but to me, it's kind of the quicksand of diseases. And that as a child, I think I thought it was about as common as cancer. Like, dude, you're such and such has Tourette's. Yeah, they just yell.
And you're allowed to swear.
They just yell pussy.
Yeah. It's your dream.
It was every kid's dream.
Yes.
I had so many questions about how it worked as a kid. I'm like, do you just get to pick which word you use? It sounds like a made-up disease, right? Like if you're telling a child about it, and that's why it was so appealing as a kid. It's not fun at all. It wrecks people's lives. It's horribly debilitating.
You dreamed of having Tourette's as you are a Playboy photographer. Right? These are the great jobs, the great things.
Who test Doritos.
Yes.
So this was 2 hours delayed. Now, there were some edits made, as there was a somebody who on stage who made some free Palestine remarks. Those were edited out. What was not edited out, though, were some of the other outbursts that this guy had. I took a YouTube video and just edited a guy's reactions out of it. This is the closest I can get to the actual audio. The first thing you're going to hear here is Alan Cummings. He was the host. You know him, right?
I think so.
He's been in a...
If I saw him, I'd know him.
You definitely
I know
would.
that name.
British guy, gay guy. Feels like he's been in a bunch of hilarious Christopher Guest stuff, I think. But in general, just a face you know. He's a lovely fella. And he's doing this first part here. He's explaining this after the outbursts have already happened.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. If you have seen the film I Swear, you will know that film is about the experience of a person with Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language.
And tonight, especially, I just want to say that for people living with Tourette's, it's us around them that help define what their experience is. So, to quote the film, they need support and understanding.
Okay, so that's the host and the guy who just won an award for portraying Mr. Davidson, the guy with the Tourette's. Now we're going to go to two of the stars from the movie Sinners.
Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan.
Now they walk out on stage. They, of course, both black.
First BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate the artists who
no.
expand.
Okay.
No way.
Now, to answer Blake's original question of why are we doing this?
So he yelled out the N-word.
Loudly. And they both stopped, you know.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan and this other venerable actor, guy who looks like he's in his 50s, just kind of has the biggest...
Who is he? Is he a black guy?
Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan.
The first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate the artists who expand.
Okay. I have two more smaller outbursts that you can kind of hear here.
In a place which is very
You just I think on that one, he
those
just
are
goes,
funny.
fuck this.
troubled, in a place which is very troubled.
No, this is Maggie Gyllenhaal and another woman presenting.
We are delighted to be presenting the BAFTA for supporting actor this evening.
I got cut off a little, but it was
What do you?
shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
That's considerably less controversial
So it is
than the Michael B.
reported
Jordan yell.
he removed himself. Like he called his own foul. He was not kicked out, but he knew it was getting, I guess, getting a little out of hand and left on his own. I read an article the guy did with one of the British papers, and it does sound horrible. What the awards show is catching heat for is, one, they obviously had editorial power if they edited out Free Palestine and they left this in. Two, their initial sort of statement and apology was about him and not about, boy, it probably sucked to be them too. And people were not thrilled about that. You know, their statement, and even Alan Cummings there is like, well, as you know, it sucks to have Tourette's, and it's going to be hard if you've got Tourette's, and people got to understand. But at no point was he like, also apologies to the two black gentlemen who were, that didn't come up. Today that's come up. They've issued a statement apologizing for not editing it out and apologizing to the stars of Sinners.
I mean,
just a hilarious story all the way around.
That's really drawing a lot of attention to that ailment.
Awareness raised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the movie.
Yeah,
and
I'd never heard
probably
of
now in another way sympathetic attention for Michael B. Jordan.
Many celebrities, many of the black persuasion weighed in, including Texas's own Jamie Foxx. He said, nah, he meant that shit. Out of all the words you could have said, Tourette's makes you say that?
Right. Well, why didn't he yell that when the white lady was up there? If it's just, I can't control the words.
I don't think that this is something I'm going to be able to explain properly. But
that's never stopped you.
If you think that word, if let's say you saw somebody and you thought that word and you thought like that's a word somebody could offensively call them, that word is still in your mind. And if he doesn't, that doesn't mean that he uses that word regularly, but it doesn't come up when he thinks of Maggie Gyllenhaal, because that's not something that somebody, like in his mind, he may literally be thinking the worst thing that somebody could say right now would be to call this guy the N-word. And then in his mind, he yells it. That's as deep as the connection is. So he has no choice but to say the thing that somebody, if you were going to try to impugn him as being racist, would say, oh, he's just being honest. But
right,
like would he yell, shut up, cunt? Like while Michael B. Jordan was up there? Probably not.
It was in England.
Good point. And he is English.
Hey, does your
he said he
do your nephews say cunt?
Okay, we'll find out.
Yeah. Like it's nothing over there, right?
I think it's different than here.
Is the N-word nothing?
No. No, that still is a big deal.
Okay, I just find that weird that the C word is, or at least at one point, we used to think that was like the worst thing you could ever say.
That one's straight. That
yeah,
developed
over there it's
left
kind of
and
like,
right. Yeah.
I just kind of call you that like you might say the word jerk.
I think if I was Tourette's guy, I would not have been there.
And that's what a lot of people said. Yeah.
It's like the Rain
But
Man
if you
thing,
know
right?
that
It was
this
about
could happen, or in public social settings,
You just can't go anywhere then.
if this is the alternative, I would just choose to not go anywhere.
Yeah, but he's never going to get invited to the Oscars of England otherwise. This is the only way.
You're right. It's a big deal to go to the BAFTA awards.
It might
It might
I
be
don't
over
know,
there.
yeah.
Michael B. Jordan was there, dude.
Great. I mean, he was good in hardball.
You guys see
He's Creed, bro.
You guys see what's happening in Puerto Vallarta?
Is that where they got
Kevin Minch?
let me check my notes. Yeah, El Mencho.
Yeah.
That's where they got El Mencho.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know you were doing a El Mencho joke with Kevin Minch.
Well, this is an area of Mexico where a lot of people, probably people who are listening, have been.
Oh, yeah.
Or have family who have been.
Where is it? Where's the Vallarta port?
West and down.
It's under California?
Yes.
Okay.
I went like 2 years ago.
Donkey show?
No, it's resort town.
Cockfighting.
Do you guys remember me telling you I went there?
Cheap drugs?
And it's like anywhere else.
Oh.
I went there and was amazed by the presence of the Canadian.
That's right.
90% of my hotel was Canadian, and then went walking around in town, and 90% of the property owned by Canadians.
Now I remember.
Because dude, at 3:00, and boy, this is when I was still drinking, and I was like in the bottom 10% of people drinking there. And my wife could vouch for that. These people, the Canadians, were smart. They all showed up with double Yetis because it was like they'd fill your own. It was open bar. And so I'd go up and get a little 5-ounce. Like they would fill up like 128-ounce coolers and just sit there all day. And at around 3:00, they would play Canadian drinking songs on the beach in Mexico. It was wild. But it's a nice place. It's not like the nicest, which is why I think the Canadians have seized on it. It's kind of a whiskey tango spot. But over the weekend, it was on fire because some combination of Mexican and U.S. forces decided that they were going to capture this guy and decided that they were not going to take him alive. Like I found some Substack of a guy who actually does like Mexican intelligence and has sources and was like, this dude was not coming in alive. They know what that kind of problem creates. It was, we're killing this guy today. And
what do you mean that, like having El Chapo, that creates more problems?
Yes.
Oh.
And they put him on I think they say he officially
riskier.
died on the flight. It's way riskier. People kind
You're
of,
sending guys up close and personal to get this guy. You're losing some people.
so you might as well just shoot him. And
It doesn't seem though like legal or
it's definitely not legal, but there's no legality happening here, especially whenever half the government is involved with the quote bad guys.
Hey, I think you should turn your audio off if you're not going to use it. Do you hear that? There you go.
Nice.
Has that just been going on the whole time?
Yeah.
Since you played your audio.
Oh.
I've been thinking about it.
Good call.
Good call.
Hey.
So
Thanks,
if you look on the news, it looks like, holy shit, Mexico's on fire. The cartels are in charge. I'm like, I'm not here to tell you Mexico is doing great, but
I saw plumes of smoke.
Oh, it looks crazy.
Is it because
it's because
criminals across the country are like
they're lighting? Yes, it is. Like from what I've heard, and I'll expound on that in a minute. Like it's a cartel thing to do, to just in rebellion for like you took one of our guys to just light everything on fire. Bus stops, buses, banks, train stations, just cause mass chaos. And that obviously affects the logistics, which affects tourists. There was a hilarious post on like r/Marriott of a guy who was trapped there and was pissed that they wouldn't grant him a late checkout. He's like, I'm a gold member. I've got.
Do you think that's fake?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. This though not fake because it comes to us from our buddy PJ. PJ lives in is it Cancun? I know I get it wrong every time, but he sent me a picture. I guess I'll pull up. But it's important and helpful, I think, to have somebody who actually lives there or lives in Mexico. He says, go back to it here. He sent me a couple. Is it going up and down?
I'm trying to find it so I can get rid of it.
He says, yes, there is a lot of arson, a favorite of cartel members when they get mad, but to make it sound like all of Mexico is descended into chaos is disingenuous to say the least. It will be a bit until the military gets all under control, but as long as people stay indoors or at resorts, they should be fine. And then he sent me the blue dot of where he lives. He said, unless I start swimming 800 files, I'm not impacted. Same with 90% of the country. Please make sure people understand. It's like saying the fires in Texas have threatened the whole country. It's a problem, but it's isolated. That's what we do here.
So that'd be kind of cool.
We fight fear with facts.
But if you were stuck and you know what? The safest thing to do is stay in this resort.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I can't leave. I can't get on a flight.
Now.
You call work. Like it's better than my daughter is in New York City. Have you heard about New York City?
What do you got? Snow?
Blizzard?
Huge blizzard, biggest in whatever since Lake Placid.
Is she in the city right now?
Yeah, she's in the city, and she had a bus ride got canceled the other day.
Dang.
So she's just stuck there.
Mavs are not going to play Brooklyn tonight, I think.
That's been canceled?
How will Chris Middleton stay hot?
Oh, wait.
I didn't mean to bring
what
it
about
up.
Jimmy Fallon?
Oh, I know.
How's that going to affect Cooper Flagg?
I don't know.
So yeah, Jimmy. PJ's in Cabo, which is across the ocean. Not the ocean, but, the Gulf of California from Puerto Vallarta. But I think his point in general is you see this on TV and it's, holy shit, Mexico's done.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you talk to it's like my buddy in Portland a few months ago when Trump was like,
yeah, the
it's
city's
so gay, it's
descended
burning.
into chaos.
Yeah. Now, when we went there, everything is kind of like locked up, but,
Cool donut place, though.
Great donut
place. Bookstore.
A business professor at Texas Tech has been arrested. He, along with two others, he's facing federal charges in a drug distribution ring. Okay? The Fenty. This 50-year-old man, Daniel Taylor, is an assistant professor of supply chain management.
Oh, and he was
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's legit.
Now,
because how many professors are you like, well, have you ever done this in the field?
Classic praxis argument.
Yeah.
Have you done it? Have you applied this? Are you just in your ivory tower? Not in the case of this guy. But that, of course, presented an opportunity too good for the U.S. attorney to pass up in his statement, Blake. Instead of focusing on teaching students supply chain management, the defendant, we allege, was developing and implementing his own supply chain of lethal fentanyl into the streets of Lubbock. This is a gnarly case, too, because a lot of times when you find out about a dude like this, who's in a distribution type level, he's not involved on the street level at all. But they have this guy.
He's on the corner?
They have people coming to his house, leaving his house, and overdosing in their car on the drive home. That's something people don't think about a lot of times on how drug dealers get busted. Usually, if you are a drug addict, you're not. It's like me whenever I go to Taco Bell. I'm not waiting till I get home. We're doing it in the car. So a lot of times, that is a way that people get busted is people will nod off or get too effed up in their car leaving a dealer's house, and they can, at times, I've heard of this happening. Like people who got their dealer busted because they got arrested. Fentanyl, you pick it up, you're doing it. And then they go to this guy's house.
Yeah, I guess you're pretty fired up.
You're pretty fired up,
Yeah.
You're not like, it's not a set it and forget it investment. It's one you hit right then. So anyways, yeah.
So was he just hitting them with Texas Tech football when they come over?
You got to figure, dude, can you believe it? They front-loaded the NIL payments.
Yeah, could you just get me the
yeah, I got to just kind of get
bag.
try to get
You buying
high.
the
Do you
bag?
think we could compete in the SEC? We're a new team now.
This is a fun little note. You guys remember the story? I don't know. It was probably like when people were first getting mad about ICE. But we had the story in Alvarado where there's some people who are accused of like attacking an ICE facility. You remember? It was like they lured them out.
Oh, yeah.
So a federal judge declared a mistrial in Fort Worth last week over one of the people involved in that case, one of the shooters. The mistrial was declared because one of the lawyers was wearing a T-shirt with Martin Luther King's face on it under her blazer.
Was it on MLK Day?
I don't think so.
Just a big fan?
I think it was a message, right? But there is a dress code.
What would the message be?
I don't know. Free our people.
Like, I got shot too. I'm MLK. It's not that bad. You can get your own day if you get shot. So this guy's not guilty. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it was on MLK Day. I mean, that was...
Plus, the courts don't go on MLK Day.
That's a good point.
Thanks.
God, you're on fire today.
Yeah. Just like Mexico.
Doesn't stop.
Seems like a great move by the lawyer, though. Like, if you're looking for a mistrial and that's all you got to do. You know?
Yeah, you just got to spend the money to get the shirt. I'm sure you're charging your client that.
That's about all I want to do today. A bunch of kids died. Up next, it's Today in History.
I want that.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and
I'm against kids dying.
That was a good news.
Just in case.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. 90% of the news now is like a dead kid or a touched kid. I'm working hard here, folks, to try to... Do you think there's something to that? Like, I was actually thinking about this the other day. Is there a local news meeting where they sit down and like editorial or something and they're like, the pedo thing is nationally hot right now. Like, we need to do a story on every single local person who gets wrapped up in this. Because it's not everyone, you know? There are people that get arrested for stuff all the time. Don't hear it. And I actually wondered to myself after looking at the news for the last 2-3 months, locally and regionally, being like, are they just hitting, what are we doing?
Probably.
This is a news
That's
thing
not
now
a bad
that
idea.
we're actually hitting every single one of these. It's half the page. Anyways.
Viewer mail birthdays. We could say today this is brought to us by Lone Star Beer. Go to lonestarbeer.com and use the code DUMBZONE21 and you can get 21% off the merch.
Some merch.
At lonestarbeer.com. Hi, Bracket Dan. It's Elaine again. I want to give a birthday shout out to my boyfriend Ryan. He's turning 30 on 2/22.
Cool.
Last year, I wanted to include some sports thing, but it didn't hit like it should have, so please just insult him. That's from Elaine.
2/22.
Ghislaine. Elaine.
The big 3-0.
There it is. There you are, buddy.
30's the new 18.
It's the new 20, right?
That one doesn't seem like it
new...
fits. If you could see doing 40's the new 30.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're 30, are you cognizant of the fact that you were an idiot when you were 20?
Yes.
I think you are.
Yeah.
You got a fully developed brain now.
Because once you're 40, you can probably be like, yeah, it was probably pretty similar when I was 30. That's why pulling up 18-year-old, like it when the person is 18, tweeting, there should be some kind of a... I think I heard you guys talking about that at the kitchen table when you were doing IJB. Something about Shouldn't there be a statute of limitations on some stuff? Like, if I get 18-year-old Jake, he's certainly spouting off a lot of different stuff than this Jake. You shouldn't be held accountable for what that guy said. That guy totally sucked.
Yeah.
You only partially sucked.
I tend to agree, and I think we're headed that way for the most part.
Dear Stone Cold Steve Autism. I'd like to give a birthday shout-out to my buddies Walter, Tyler, and Jamie. It's their Willie Cauley-Stein birthday.
Wow, I could not even begin to tell you.
Their leaders are Greg Biffle's pilot, Rachel Starr, Castor Troy, and Sweden's involvement in World War II.
Wow, that's a great list. All three of these gents have the same birthday?
Tell Jake we're the crew of cronies with the house behind the DZ remote at the Byron Nelson.
Oh, hell yeah.
Would love to have him stop by again this year to celebrate his courage with some mocktails and Heineken Zeros. Tell Blake he can come as well and to bring Brooks. There will be babies and toddlers present.
Thank you.
Let's go to the Byron. Or go party out there, Blake.
More Chappie. Donate the kid, not the car. F the haters. And always onside kick to start a game. Thanks from Lino.
God, it's a good email.
Boy, how many people are just hoping that they could get their email read and then Jake to say that afterward?
Well, the Castor Troy thing was bait. You know who Castor Troy is?
Who is it?
That's the character played by John Travolta. Or was it Nick Cage in the movie Face Off?
Wow.
Put IMDb in a spin cycle. Who was who?
It's crazy watching the documentary on the 1980 Olympic hockey team because they were kind of showing pop culture at the time. And I get maybe they had a story about what they were doing in the hotel room one night, and they said they were watching Saturday Night Fever. And they kind of showed up on the screen, John Travolta walking, and it's like, wait, that guy's still around doing stuff.
And he's still doing bits from that movie.
Al Michaels, they were showing him on the broadcast, like kind of the pregame. He was so slick. And he looks so Blake Young, you know? He's so... but he was smooth, man, back then. He was great.
Yeah.
I got to tell my wife how he never had a vegetable.
Puka Nakua.
She wouldn't listen.
Who else did we find?
TC.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You're like, no way. All right, that's viewer mail birthdays. Now we got this.
Game Day Men's Health presents On This Day.
Tell us about Game Day
in
Men's
history.
Health real quick. Have you been back?
I went from the airport.
Oh, you did?
On
that's
Friday.
right. We landed pretty early on Friday.
And they were still open, and I was in and out of there in 2 minutes. That's how long it takes for me to get my weekly T shots. But they got everything. They got the GLP-1s, peptides. You're looking to lose weight. They can help you with that.
Matt Grimm. So we were out.
Yeah, he's peptide guy.
Eating dinner the other night, and he was just started talking about Game Day Men's Health. I'm like, yeah, I know about Game Day Men's Health, dude. I'm me.
I'm the man in the title.
No, and he's like, no. You got to do the peptide. So he started reeling off to me these peptides. He's like, my face feels fuller, like it's not as sunken. And he's like, I feel better. Like, I can't believe how good I feel.
Yeah.
And he's like 50 years old or whatever. So, like,
he's also worked that body pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's a guy who's.
But he went off and did a 24-hour drive and beat us back. Like, Game Day Men's Health, man. Matt Grimm.
Be
Signs
more like
off
Matt
on
Grimm. GameDay.dumbzone.com. You got 12 area locations. Hit it up. You'll feel better. Be the best you. Cheat at life.
You're just using... Are you cheating if you're eating vitamins?
No, but it sounds cooler.
Are you cheating if you're lifting weight? Like, they didn't have that, right? Adam and Eve didn't have, like, a big thing of free weights. That's not
Bowflex.
cheating.
No.
You're
right.
just using advanced... Is it cheating living under a roof?
No. Great point.
Thanks. Isn't that a gummy thought? Like, you look at a bird's nest and you're like, oh, that's nature.
That's just the roof.
Well, look over at this house.
Yeah.
That thing seems to be nature, too. And an animal made that. Nate. at Silverback Construction. Today is Monday, February 23rd. On this day in 1836, the siege of the Alamo began in San Antonio, Texas. Well, as far as I know, that's a great, great time. So everything went real, real well. We'll keep you updated on that. On this day in 1985 is the day that Bob Knight ejected 5 minutes into a loss to Purdue because after 2 fouls were called on his team, Knight's screaming at the refs, and they gave him a technical foul. So while they're shooting the technical, he picked up a chair from his bench area and threw it across the court. And I remember back when we had Bob Knight on, he had this big, like I was talking to Brandon Aubrey about how you got your set. This is the story, the origin story. He's told it now a million times. Bob Knight has been on speaking tours, for years. And he's like, oh, yeah, guys, well, I saw this nice little old lady across the way, and she didn't have a seat. These other 2 gentlemen were sitting down, and I noticed she didn't have a chair, and I thought the gentlemanly thing to do would be to give her a chair. And we
By
had
this
a
point,
free
the crowd's, oh!
Right.
Loving it, yeah. Thereby skirting any accountability or responsibility for your own
I love it.
Very extra actions.
We could all learn from Bob Knight.
That's not the quote from his you always tell we should put on our sales decks and stuff, though, right?
I'm not familiar with where you're going here. Do you want to... Did he ever say the N-word? No, he didn't.
Nah, he did. Didn't he do Connie Chung? Didn't he do rape?
Lay back and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look.
A philosopher.
On this day in 2018, the UFC held its first women's bout as Ronda Rousey wins. 11 seconds left in the first round of a bantamweight title fight. At UFC 157. How many of those do they have?
About 1,000 now. Because I think, what's the one that's going to be next year?
Have you ever liked UFC?
Define like.
Have you ever watched it?
Not on my own, but I have, probably not all that dissimilar to what you did by going to some buddies, except yours was kid-related buddies. My real buddies, a lot of them got pretty into it, and we would go out on Friday night or whatever, Saturday night, and go somewhere to try to watch it. I would maybe go 3 or 4 times a year. But it was fun, too, and depends on what you mean by fun, because invariably there'd be fights. Just like when we went to a UFC fight bar in Canada.
That was
like
awesome.
Ottawa.
Calgary.
Those 2 big meatheads are just three straight hours of talking
awesome.
shit to each other.
Yeah.
That's how it would be every time we go to the bar.
Like you could see the play unfolding.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Oh, yeah. So, but no, I can't say that it's ever. I'm not an individual sport guy, man. That's the biggest thing for me is I just don't like individual sports. And I got pissed off. I heard somebody doing a Olympics thing. It was actually on the radio and thought, this is the type of people who are really into individual sports are losers. Is my general take. And I don't think that's a nice thing to say because I think some people are just better at them. Their personality's built more for it. But in my life, in my brain, the people who are like, I really, really love the Olympics because I love it.
You don't like golf?
You could separate golf.
You separate golf?
I don't at all. I think it takes a special type of narcissist to be like, I love individual sports.
I heard Ronda Rousey could beat up dudes.
She did. She never lost a fight after that. She went on to beat up all the men, including Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
He was the champ at the time.
Damn. Actually, she's the one that took down El Mincho. She just put him in a headlock.
And on this day in 2021, golfer Tiger Woods seriously injured when his SUV crashed into a median and rolled over several times on a steep road in suburban Los Angeles. Will Tiger play in this year's Masters?
Didn't that happen during the show?
It either happened during the show or the reports started coming out right after because that was a big day. Yeah.
We were in the den.
I had his
cleared
leg.
the decks.
I had his leg gone. Bob came charging into the studio. Like,
was it the den or we were there?
No, we were in the den.
What was there was some food related thing too.
Mango slices.
Yeah. People were looking up because you could see
somebody mailed us some freeze-dried mango slices because he was eating them.
That's the trick to hitting a nice draw. Mango slices.
Because it was like the one piece of evidence you could see in the car.
Wasn't he doing 100 and a 35?
Yeah. Probably pilled out of his mind.
Having just played with Dwayne Wade.
He's Tiger, man. The truth will come out. He'll be exonerated. And so we have February 23rd, this day in Dumb Zone history.
Let's see. Back in 2023. Dan used to say on the weekends he'd go a little crazy with his daughters. Peanut butter and jelly waffles. That was like your Saturday staple.
For years.
That's a good play. They got protein waffles now, though, so.
I have now gone to... I mean, the waffle was the bread.
Yeah.
That was the peanut butter and jelly waffles. I have now gone to 7 days a week of the exact same breakfast. Used to be I would mix it up for the weekend. My life, I am becoming Jim Harbaugh.
Which, oatmeal?
Yes, oatmeal followed by yogurt.
Which I told these guys, and I know this now, on the trip, like even though this is like healthy me, I'm never going to eat broccoli on a trip, even if it's a work trip. I'm never going to eat a salad.
I went a little crazy on the trip.
I'm not doing that.
But I did bring my my cereal mix.
Define crazy.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, we had pizza a couple times. I mean, I don't usually eat a lot of carbs, me and LeBron.
Who had the donut ice cream?
Him.
I was treats maxing.
Yeah. He does go crazy.
I had the donut ice cream, and we went by
the thing is,
Phoenix's most famous cheesecake shop.
If the donut ice cream was like there next to me right after dinner, I might have gone. I'm not going to, like, 3 hours later drive a half hour. That's what this guy did.
Suck the
like
juice
middle
out
of the
life.
night. He's driving to.
The donuts weren't like too much.
No, because we went a second time, and now
so it was like an ice cream sandwich.
They
with
ran
the
it
donuts
back.
was the bread.
Yes, but and because I understand what you're saying, you might think glazed donut like that's just way too big. The best way I could describe it, and if you don't like a Whataburger bun, that's fine. But I like a Whataburger bun because it's a little thinner, and that's almost what it was like. It was like a piece of bread thinness, but it was donut. So it had glaze on it, and it was crispy. It was fucking magical, dude. Like, I'm telling you, because it's just an ice cream sandwich which people will eat. Having 2 cookies is worse than 2 thin donuts.
Do they have a rehab for ice cream?
Yeah, it's called Overeaters Anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... And this is what the guy who warned you is trying to warn you about. It's just all dopamine hits, you know? But I can't just go out and mash 400 feet like Blake, so I got to get my dopamine hits from donuts.
Don't bring me into this.
Just saying.
TC did fire off that second piece of cheesecake in the middle of the drive. That was a nice little smell aroma coming through.
He packed a floater, a cheesecake floater.
And then I want to play you some audio from our show in 2024. I think I'm convinced that no one finds this as funny as I do, but we had Bradley Folsom on the show. And these 3 words have never been said in consecutive order before.
So I'm thinking, I don't know what my next project's going to be on. I have a couple ideas, but my dad, when he was 8 years old, he was in Indiana. He was playing Cowboys and Indians, which is very 1950s thing to do. When him and his buddies came across a car with a naked gay body in it, and so
okay. See, a lot of people don't describe bodies that way.
Yeah, how can you tell?
I mean, we find out later it was naked gay body. So
rectum was.
You find out later he was gay.
Yes. So this is the story
the
my
naked
dad
part
heard.
probably presented itself pretty quickly.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and then the later on, like they didn't determine at the time he was a naked gay body.
The rainbow tattoo.
God.
All
right.
Just
we found a naked gay body.
a very unique brain at work there.
I like that guy.
Oh,
I do too.
Other birthdays today. Ed Too Tall Jones is 75. Jackie Smith is 86. I went and looked at his Super Bowl Are you familiar with Jackie Smith? Was a cowboy. Just go to YouTube, Jackie Smith Super Bowl, and there's like 8 million of the exact same video. It's the most perfect. Nobody's covering him. Roger Staubach hits him between the 8 and the 6, or whatever his number is, and he just totally dropped it. And then they lost that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought it was another cat. Like,
was that after Dwight Clark's catch?
No,
well
Super
before.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Dwight Clark was a NFC Championship game.
Oh, okay.
This is in the 70s when they lost the Steelers.
I've just seen some. Have you ever seen like Super Bowl catches where I thought Jackie Smith was the one? It must be some other cowboy dove for the ball. Maybe it was like Drew Pearson. Clearly fumble, like,
and it was ruled a catch.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Like so many. Clearly, like they just act like
It's
if you just act like
a big one is
it's
the rollover. Like they would catch it while rolling, and the ball would clearly
bounces away.
would
It's
fly
like, yeah,
up in the
he
air.
got it.
And they'd put their hands up, and everybody just kind of.
It was great.
Yeah, it is great. But then you're like, well, I guess if the goalpost is going to be on the goal line, we have
Might as
a
well
number
give
of
him that.
things.
Ramondre Stevenson is 28. Maybe it was even like a directive from the league, like, hey, offense. We're going to rule on the side of offense.
Yeah.
We want offense.
At the time.
And they're allowed to club you in the head with their Ramondre Stevenson. Andrew Wiggins is 31.
Draft day.
Bobby
Hey,
Bonilla
Wiggins.
is 63. July 1st, is it? Bobby Bonilla Day? Where it used to be a huge thing. You're like, oh, he gets $1 million? Now you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Like Shohei is going to get $80 million.
Yeah, no, the deferred.
on his birthday.
It's still very cool.
Tom Osborne is still alive today at 89.
Holy shit! Really?
I think.
Wow.
You can research that.
He was the enemy when I was a kid. That was a big deal. Texas breaking their streak. Home wins. Did he get into politics? I bet he did. Bet he was like.
That sounds right.
Let's see. Yeah, he ran for governor.
Ain't politics funny like that? Like, oh yeah, I'll just vote for the guy who ran my football team for years.
You know.
Why not?
Yeah, he's in charge. He knows how to be in charge of stuff.
I mean, Shoddy will be your mayor in.
That's an interesting one because
you have to like win and be good. That's part of the becoming a politician, I think.
I'm trying to think of a certain profile that fits this because like Tommy Tuberville is not a tough guy. I was going to say the tough guys can do it. Like Fred Thompson was kind of a tough guy. What was his bit? Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Fred Thompson, the actor?
Yeah, but wasn't he involved in football too? I know he ran for governor, but
Patricia Richardson is 75. She's the wife in Home Improvement. Well, that's pretty old. 70. Can that be right?
yeah, I mean, think about it. That show was on 30
Tim
years
the
ago.
Tool Man, though?
Almost 30 years ago. Maybe she was a little old at the time.
Did he like him a little older? Richardson. Is there any way I wrote that wrong?
No, you're right. I mean, the show was on from 91 to 99. So she was 40
right.
to late 40s.
Oh, no. At 74, Patricia Richardson reveals why she hates Tim Allen.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think he was like a peach, man. You know, his politics obviously cut way different than the norm out there, but he's also like a notorious coke dealer.
Rat.
She got divorced in 95. So she's on that show. She's like, yeah.
I'm hot. Shh.
Yeah.
Went to SMU.
Oh. Damon John is 57.
Sharks.
CEO of FUBU. Who knew that?
How did Dan not have a FUBU era?
I know.
How? Crazy.
Were my kids little at that time? Was I not paying attention? I should have FUBU gear.
There should be at least a photo of Fat Dan.
Why don't I have
260 Dan or whatever, 250 Dan wearing a
Never
double
250.
X.
248.
248
got?
double X Carolina blue FUBU jersey at like a car dealership. Richardson.
Why not?
We can still make that happen.
Kristen Davis is 61 from Sex and the City. Oh, speaking of Kristen, your Kristen, that is. My wife started watching Downton.
Oh, well.
Like she's just starting the ride.
There's a lot ahead of her.
And it's so...
She's going to start talking British.
It's so British.
That's gateway, though, dude.
To everything else?
Yeah, because from there, it's not that horny. But the next ones are. I'm pretty sure Blake's wife got into all that, too. Like Bridgerton and all. I don't know, maybe not. But the stuff after Downton is just softcore porn. It's a lot of effing.
Yeah, my wife prefers the UK version of Love Island.
Oh, definitely.
They're hornier than we are.
Kelly MacDonald is 50. She's an actress in Boardwalk Empire and Trainspotting.
Yeah, she's great.
Josh Gad is 45.
She's a real Scotland.
We all remember Josh Gad.
Cried for a second. And I was going to do it by myself, and then I thought, you know what? It's important for everybody to understand that we're all going through.
Kill me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that unless I saw you crying, Olaf. Thanks, bro. Emily Blunt is 43. Dakota Fanning is 32.
I think I thought she was going to have like a very long career. I guess it's a problem with peaking early. She's in Man on Fire, though.
She's only 32. She's got plenty of runway left.
Man on Fire, that may be my second favorite Denzel movie. You ever done your Denzel rankings?
Runner-up for Dumb Zone Birthday of the Day, Aziz Ansari is 43.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's a fork, but it's a spoon. I call it a sport.
Is that one of his bits?
I don't know. He just, I'm talking real fast.
Well, I thought we were on a date.
What? I just told you to blow me. Now all of a sudden it's a bad date?
I call it head because you put your head on a fetus.
That's good. Yes.
Dumb Zone Birthday of the Day, Angelo.
Heck yeah.
Yesterday's birthday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Good for you, dude.
Born on this day, now dead, George Handel. He is a composer, maybe Handel. The guy who parked his Porsche could probably tell me. But he wrote The Messiah. Are you familiar with The Messiah?
Nope.
The Hallelujah chorus comes from there. You're familiar with Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, okay. Amadeus.
So, Handel's Messiah.
Okay.
I once went to see it with a lady I was courting.
What?
Like, oh yeah, dude, I'm so into the Messiah because it was like her favorite thing.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm into that. Anyway, when did George Handel live?
Oh, damn it. I already looked.
Oh, you did?
Sorry.
1570.
1658.
He born in 1685, died in 1759.
We're getting better. We're like AI. We're learning.
Never knew about the United States of America, though.
Did he live?
1759. Also born on this day, now dead, Majel Barrett. She was Nurse Chapel in Star Trek. They searched the land far and wide to cast her.
And this.
Oh, she was also married to Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek. Just lucky.
Has been today's Star Trek birthday.
Dead on this day,
Dumb
still
Zone.
dead. John Quincy Adams, the 6th U.S. president.
Q-Dog.
And Carl Gauss.
Hot.
He is considered to be the greatest mathematician of all time. And he invented algebra.
Damn.
Sucks.
When do you think he lived? Inventing old algebra.
Wow, that's interesting because Carl Goss sounds like a 20th or 19th century name, right? It doesn't sound like there were guys named Carl in 1400.
Goo goo gaga Carl.
But I feel like there was algebra. You see what I'm saying here? So we have a bit of a dissonance.
Tough. I mean, math is...
Give me 1450.
1812.
1600.
We will give this to Clayton because he died on this day in 1855.
Wow, algebra.
I'll be damned.
Relatively new. How do they know any of it's even right? Hasn't been in the world that long.
And that's what happened on this day in history.
So Brooks's picture day is tomorrow. Should I worry about his picture showing up anywhere?
Nah, you shouldn't worry at all as long as you're cool with it being fed into a pedo archive that the world's elite will use to reach climax to.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
Our man is kicking all them balls with his foot down on the gas. Homie, kick it off the turf. Papa, kick it off the grass. Community mechanical, make old air blue. Baby, baby, buckle up. It's the
Brandon Aubrey Show. Brandon Aubrey Show.